the lights are on. The field is lined. Let's do this, Tuscaloosa. This is Hillcrest Football on the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network.
He's on fire tonight, breaks the tackle. He's to the 10, he's to the 5, he's in the end zone. Yes! Touchdown, Patriots!
For live video stream, catch all the action this season on YouTube Live and NFHS Network. For live audio stream, tune in to Mixlr.com. That's MIXLR.com. And now, to the Bama Stuff broadcast booth with Brent Jones, Brad Armstrong, Brian Pirano, and the Hillcrest Football broadcast crew on the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network.
Hello and welcome to the Hoover Metropolitan Stadium, better known as the Hoover Met, as the Hillcrest Patriots are preparing to take on the Hoover Bucks. Welcome to the Mark Nelson, County Commissioner of District 3 pregame show. Brent Jones, Brad Armstrong, and Brian Pirano all here with you tonight from the Hoover Met. Great to have you here. It is 7A football. Last year, the Bucks came to visit us at Roy Johnson. We're here at the enormous Hoover Met here tonight. Of course, I'm sure that most of you know that this is the Birmingham Barons baseball stadium. And, it's not.
No, they play downtown now. Yeah, the biggest thing here, that's SEC championship baseball.
Yeah. Okay, the SEC championship baseball tournament is played here at the Hoover Met, right? Okay, all right, so guys, huge game here tonight. We're 2-0, 2 big wins.
Yeah, man.
But now the real season begins.
Yep, that's what we've been saying all year, Brent. The Sparkman game last week and the Florence game. I think all three of us were excited, but all of us were looking forward to Hoover. You know, last year we came into it with a lot of vigor, and unfortunately Hoover laid it to us. So we're looking for some payback against the Bucks in their home stadium tonight. And this is a big game. This is all across the state of Alabama. This is the beginning of region play, Brent. So a lot of teams are feeling this way, but, you know, arguably the biggest stadium we've played in, or at least that I broadcast in. So it'd be fantastic if Hillcrest can get a big win tonight, guys.
Yeah, and, you know, I feel better. I know y'all probably don't want me to say this, but I feel better this year with this team going into this game against Hoover than I did last year. Last year, it just seemed so intimidating coming into this region. But now that the team has played a year in 7A, they know what to expect. The new players, such as our inside linebacking crew who are new to the team, you know, they know what's going on. I just feel like we have more of a veteran team, and we're better prepared for this situation tonight.
Well, last year, you know, you talked about not being intimidated. You know, you feel a lot better about this year's situation. Last year, I think we were so naive we didn't know any better to be intimidated. You know, last year we kind of walked into 7A thinking, man, we've been really good in 6A for quite some time. And so 7A, we got this covered, no problem. But, you know, it's just a different level of depth. The talent level that we have is good. We have a lot of kids that can really play.
Right, you're right.
The problem isn't that you don't have the kids that can play. It's you don't have the numbers of kids that can play. And so, you know, there's second and third team depth from the teams that we play in this particular region are just a lot better than what we've seen in the past.
Right.
So, sure, I do feel a lot better about this just because I think it's one of those, the old saying, you've been there, done that. And I think we have, and now we're not as naive. And I don't think intimidated was the right word. I think we're less naive, just to me, Brent.
Okay, yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it. I would agree with that. And, you know, obviously, you know, somebody who has a lot of opinions regarding Hillcrest and Hoover and what's happening here tonight. This is my segue, by the way.
I bet.
Somebody who has a lot of opinions and a lot of insight is, can you guess who it is?
You know what, Brent? I'm going to take a wild guess and say Coach Jamie Mitchell.
Coach Jamie Mitchell, which means it's time for us now to check out the Coach Jamie Mitchell pregame show. Let's talk about this game this past Friday night. You know, you started out the season with a big 35-7 win, and you and I sat here and talked about concerns about, you know, teenage kids and starting to feel full of themselves and, hey, you know, we don't have to work hard, we don't have to think, you know, we just show up and we win. But your guys didn't have that attitude. They showed up ready to play again, didn't they?
They did, you know. Of course, first home game gets a lot of that going.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
you know, they were really jacked up and excited with a chance to get to play at home and for the first time this year. And, you know, thought we executed in most all phases really well and got stressed in some areas which we needed. And, you know, really a good complete ball game. Got to play a lot of kids too. That always helps.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you know, the old adage is that you improve the most between week 1 and week 2. Did you see improvement from week 1 to week 2?
Yeah, you know, I think there's some growth in all 3 phases. And you know, football is it's ongoing. You know, and that's one thing that you'll learn about this game is in a team. You know, I mean, it's just a continuation of fixing. You know, holes, and I talk to them all the time. It's like a barrel full of holes, and you start from the bottom and start, you know, trying to fix those things. I think we got better in some places, and still some work to do.
You know, let's go back to the humility thing, right? In some situations, you might be facing that humility issue again, going 2-0, 2 blowouts, you know, coasting, thinking we got this, but nobody's going to coast when they're heading down 59 North to Hoover Met Stadium to play the Hoover Bucks, probably, well, I would say without a doubt, the most famous football program in the state of Alabama. I bet you knew about Hoover when you were coaching in the other states, huh?
No question, you know. I mean, the TV show, I think, you know, they draw national attention from that. And, you know, they've been kind of the standard in the state of Alabama for a long time. And, you know, they haven't lost any of that shine. You know, I mean, heck, they beat Thompson last year. You know, so they're as good as it gets in Alabama. You know, I mean, they're extremely well coached, elite, special athletes, and you know, they're just not many chinks in their armor anywhere.
Can you tell us some specifics, some things that are jumping out on the film that you're really looking for, that you're going to have to pay close attention to?
Yeah, I mean, you know, of course, defensively, they got a defensive lineman that's committed to Miami, and I mean, he's as good as you're going to find anywhere in the country. I mean, he dealt with some real issues last year, and he's got a running buddy in there with him that plays inside too, that are really, really good players. And you know, Jameis Winston's brother you know, just committed to Florida State this past Saturday. He's as dynamic of an offensive skill player as there is in Alabama, you know, and that's not all they got. I mean, they've got pieces across the board, and, you know, like I say, there's just not many places you look out there and say, hey, there's a weakness here or a weakness there. They've just got really good players that play to a high standard, very physical football team. And like I say, I mean, they know who they are and they know what they stand for.
I got one problem with what you said. You had to bring up Florida State.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
no, I think he kind of rubbed a little salt in the wound. I think he made that commitment after that game, you know. So tough day for Alabama for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so going into Hoover, the large stadium, the bright lights, the spotlight of the state and everything like that can be kind of intimidating. How do you make your guys believe we belong here and not get overwhelmed with all that?
Well, you know, we try to pound into them. You know, that football field's 100 yards long, 53 yards wide, and it is what it is every Friday night, no matter where you go. And the lights are going to come on every Friday night, and this stadium may be a little shinier than that one, but we've played in some big venues already, and you know, I don't think the stage is going to bother us. I really don't. I don't think the venue will bother us. You know, we're looking to make our mark in 7A, and we're trying to do that in the absolute toughest region there is, arguably in the southeastern part of the United States. And you know, you look at the top 25 in the state of Alabama, and you know, 4 teams in our region are in the top 4 slots. So, you know, that's what you're faced with. And starting this month, you know, it is a murder's row. And you know, we're going to have to be really, really prepared. And we're going to have to play exceptionally good. And we're going to have to find a way to be in the ball game in the fourth quarter.
So you've been doing this a long time. This is a question regarding your personal preference. With the way a season goes or the way a team is. Would you rather be faced with a gauntlet like this with these teams that are in our region, or go through the season feeling comfortable until you get to the playoffs?
I would probably choose Plan B. I just think it's easier to build. When you're not faced with the kind of schedule that we're faced, I think it's a little bit easier to build, some trust and some winning builds everything, and when you play a schedule like ours, man, it is just so hard week in and week out, and it truly is a grind on myself, our coaches, our team, But, we're also competitive, so we're not going to run from that either. We embrace that, and, we are starved to make ourselves prominent in 7A and to be a contender right there in the middle of this thing with the rest of them.
Well, I can't wait for the real season to begin this Friday night. The first 2 weeks have been fun, kind of giving us a little appetizer for the year, but now the real season is here. Can't wait for the Met on Friday night.
It ought to be rocking, and this whole month's going to be a real challenge for us, so we look forward to it. We're going to run head on into it, I can promise you that.
All right, well, thanks a lot, Coach Mitchell. We appreciate you as always, and we'll see you around the school and Friday night at the Met.
Sounds good.
And we're about to hear the national anthem from the Hoover Marching Band.
Good evening, Hillcrest. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please stand for a moment of silence.
All right, there you have it. The Hoover High School Marching Band, not exactly sure what their moniker is, but...
yeah, they sounded great, though.
And they had a little jazz band up here earlier that also did a fantastic job playing some pre-show music for us. Guys, let's take a moment now and let's move to our keys to victory. Your keys to victory, of course, brought to you by Alabama Express. First of all, I think you're already on the keys page there for Hillcrest, so leave it there, Kylie. First of all, let's check out the keys for Hillcrest here tonight. The first one says, act like you belong. Brad?
Well, I talked about that a little bit earlier tonight when we talked about the intimidation factor, whether or not you're intimidated or just naive. We've been here before. And so act like it. Don't be intimidated by the scene. Try to take the game as just it's a game against other guys on the other side of the field, The next thing is going to be keep it close. I think it has a lot to do with how we play the game and your mindset. If you get behind early and you look at the scoreboard and you start feeling sorry for yourself, then the game can really get away from you.
Right.
And I'm going to let you talk a little bit about don't bite the cheese because that's yours right there.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
Don't bite the cheese. This came from Coach Armistad, our inside linebackers coach, who's new to us this year, and Miles Madden, one of our inside linebackers. We were doing the position spotlight at the Hillcrest Huddle this past Tuesday night, and Miles told me 5 things that the coach had taught him. And one of them was, don't bite the cheese.
Right.
Okay? And don't bite the cheese, meaning, I know it drove you guys crazy the other night when I wasn't responding to your text and you didn't know what I was talking about. But anyway, what it's referring to is like if you have the cheese in a mouse trap, right? And you try to bite that cheese, what's going to happen? That trap's going to spring and it's going to knock your head off, right?
Yeah.
And kill you, right? So the cheese that he's talking about biting, taking the bait, is all the eye candy, all the motion that the Hoover offense does, and to be sure that you know your responsibility and not fall for all their trickery.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Don't bite the cheese.
Definitely. It kind of goes back to the first point. You know your belong right now and do your job. Do everything you're supposed to. Don't fall for any trickeration from Hoover. Make sure you're ready to go no matter what it is.
Yeah, and now let's switch over to the Hoover.
Go to Hoover.
Yeah, let's go to the Hoover ones. And for Hoover, we've got put Patriots away early. Obviously, this is a situation where Hoover, honestly, they dominated us last year up front throughout the game. Early it was close, right?
Right.
But the problem was, as the game went along, it wasn't close.
Right.
And so if you're Hillcrest, you've got to think that you've got a shot. And so if you're Hoover, you want to put any sort of doubt away. And so, or put any sort of hope for Hillcrest away. So to crush them early, intimidate, you want to make sure that you let them know who the boss is.
Okay.
Yeah, and moving on right there, I mean, honestly, Hoover's Hoover. You know, one of the points for us was to make sure we feel like we belong. Well, Hoover's doing the opposite. They want to come out there and absolutely play big boy football against us. To go out there and show them, hey, we're Hoover High School. We took care of you last year at your place. Now we're going to do the same at the Hoover Met. They're hoping if they can get out there and intimidate us, whether it be mentally, physically, how many people on the team, something to get Hillcrest kind of off their game a little bit. And that kind of goes a little bit with the last point. Hoover utilized their depth. You know, Hoover is either the first or second biggest school in Alabama. They have a close to 3,000 kids. Be able to use all that depth. Even if Hillcrest is able to keep it close in the first half, Hoover's hoping that depth maybe to allow them to pull away during the second half.
Oh, it's a little bit what we talked about too, Brian, with the number of kids that you have. You know, your starters, you could probably match up. And you feel like you've got some kids in your ones.
Right.
But when your twos versus their twos start to take the field, that's when you're going to notice the difference. Our guys are going to have to play a lot more reps at a high level, and their guys, you know, probably won't have to play as much just because their twos and threes probably have enough to sustain their top guys.
Right.
Absolutely right, Brad.
That's exactly what happened last year. We hung with them in the first half, right?
Well, if you recall, if you guys remember, a key play that happened last year, Zay Hall got hurt.
Early mid-second quarter,
and he
if I
was
remember
playing
correctly.
really well. He did a great job on the quarterback. You know, their quarterback last year was a very mobile kid, super athletic, dual threat kind of guy. Really ran all over us, if you remember.
Yeah.
And that was mostly in the second half, and obviously mostly once Zay Hall went down. But prior to the Zay Hall injury, I thought he managed it pretty well.
Right.
But it's difficult to ask one kid to be responsible for one guy. But that's the situation that Hillcrest is in tonight, guys. Zay Hall is going to have to do that. If he goes down, who's his replacement? The question doesn't matter. If he goes down, we probably don't
They're
have
not
a
as good
replacement.
as Zay, no matter who it is.
Correct.
And I think every game, all of us have kind of looked up, and wherever big plays are happening, whether directly or indirectly, Zay Hall's been a part of them. He seems to always be in the right place. And Hillcrest last year, losing Zay early in the Hoover game and then him not being able to play against Vestavia or Hewitt really hurt our team overall. But keeping number one healthy out there, not only this game, but for the rest of the season is huge for the Patriots.
I'll be interested to see if we can avoid biting the cheese.
Yeah, because they do run a lot of motion, and especially with little number, I think is he number 4? Is he number 4?
That's
Yeah, number
correct.
4, Jonah Winston, who is the younger brother of Jameis Winston, who is their star.
Who's
and just
that?
like, who is that?
Who's Jameis Winston?
Some cat likes seafood.
He won a big trophy once. I
Did he?
think. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He actually just committed over Labor Day weekend. Did James'
Jonah.
brother Jonah to his brother's alma mater, or at least where his brother attended, Florida State.
Wait, don't say Florida State on this broadcast.
Why can't I say Florida State?
Because, I mean, it just brings
Oh,
back.
yeah. Sorry.
You sound like me and Brian.
Yeah.
That sounds like something we'd
Sorry.
say.
I just don't want to think about that.
To a school in the capital of Florida.
Okay, okay. All right, yeah. Hey guys, I'm really pumped for this. You know, this feels like the real season, like we were saying. Those first 2 games, that was great. Florence, Sparkman, the team looked great. It was kind of like an appetizer.
Right.
But now we've got the main entree here. And guys, if we can pull the upset tonight, we will just be through the roof.
Let me tell
with
you,
excitement.
kidding me?
I've been at Hillcrest this is my 21st year at Hillcrest. If we beat Hoover tonight, this will be the best week of school I've had, once again, in 20-plus years, though.
Oh, man.
And there's always that chance, though. I do think we got a better shot than last year. Brent, you want to take it away with the coin toss?
Yeah, we got the Alabama Credit Union coin toss out on the field. Let's take a look at that and see. Oh, no.
It's okay.
Okay.
Keep going, Brent.
Plug it in.
Keep going.
It came unplugged. We had something come unplugged here, I think.
Mute me, please, Brent.
Yeah, I got you.
It's like for Hoover,
yep.
it's either
go ahead, P.
one of the 2 senior wide receivers.
Middle. No, that's
Hunter-
P.
Either Hunter Purdue or Justin Hartley. Both of them are listed as number 0. Looks like also 2 number 7s. I assume that's Caleb Freeman, the quarterback out there. Number 6 for them. Once again, I'm going to go with the senior Trey Sanders. He was one of the starters. And lastly, one other kid for Hoover. And then for Hillcrest, we got big number 96 for Hillcrest out there. That's Deshaun Pope, one of our defensive linemen. Also have number 66, O-lineman Thomas Daniels. Didn't quite see who won the toss, but you're getting ready for the Patriots to take the field.
Well, I guess we'll find out soon enough. Thanks to Alabama Credit Union for sponsoring our coin toss, as they have for many, many years. We're trying to do a little light show here, which, you know, they got some nice flashing lights up here on the big stadium lights, but it's really not as effective when it's still daylight. So
Yep.
I imagine that's going to be a lot more interesting once the sun goes down.
Guys, as we wait for kickoff tonight, all around the state, region play begins. We mentioned that before, and your road to the playoffs and, of course, state championships are won or lost tonight. You know, they can't be won tonight, but they can certainly lost tonight. But just a couple of scores that we'll be looking at on our RSV scoreboard updates throughout the evening. Vestavia travels to Hoover, TA at Aliceville, Hueytown will be at Mountain Brook, McAdory at Northridge, Oak Mountain at Prattville, County High at Thompson, Central at Bryant, Sipsey Valley at Shelby County, Holt at Oak Grove, and Bessemer City at Brookwood. Those will be the scores that I'll be watching tonight. And some
All right, and there you see the Hillcrest Patriots making their way to the visitor sideline. If you look back over to the north end zone, the Hoover team is gathering, and we've got the entire band out on the field. We've got the sign that says, we've won what?
How many times? 6, 7.
Oh, wait,
6,
see,
7.
we were talking about that. I have no idea what that means.
It's from a song. It's from something in something back in March right there. I've looked at the origins. Hoover is 7-0 against us. At the bottom of the sign, they said it's about to be 8. So I think that's what they're going for right there.
Gotcha,
I think
gotcha.
6, 7. It's still popular among middle schoolers, but a little surprised the high school team would still care.
Here's an interesting thing about this right now, guys. As we look down below us to the stands, there are a lot of people here, but it looks deceptively small because there are so many seats.
Yeah,
it's
there's
such
a lot
huge
of people
stadium.
there, though. Yeah, I agree with you, Brent.
And we've got, now, on the far side of the field, Hillcrest is in the JV bleachers over there. On the, let's see, I'm trying to think how that'd be to the south.
No matter
and then
where
our
it is,
band is over
I
to our
agree.
left.
All right, guys, here we go. The officials break their huddle at midfield. Hillcrest makes their way out for the kick return team. Is this?
Yeah, that's
That's it.
You're
We're
right,
getting the
Brent.
ball.
Okay, all right, so we get the ball first. So we'll see what happens.
Where's my scoreboard?
Oh, your scoreboard is right here.
This is,
Scoreboard display.
this is going to be an interesting tone here, Brent. What kind of
It came
tone
off. You're
can be
gonna have to-
dictated by Hillcrest's opening drive? So I'm interested to see. I would love to see if we can get some sort of return going. We've got Gunnar Webb, looks like Austin Cherry on the far side of the field at the 10, Gunnar Webb in the center, and then Vanderbilt commit Caden Smith on the near side 10. Of course, moving left to right are the Patriots on your radio dial. The Bucks set to kick off. It's kind of
All right, here we go with the Tiger Rock kickoff. Hoover kicking off to the Pats. We're about ready to get this thing going. There's the whistle. As you said, Brad, 3 men back for the Patriots, toe to leather. A high short kick fielded at about the 10-yard line and bobbled, but picked back up and tackled at about the 12-yard line. So the Pats will have to start very deep for their first possession this time.
Yeah, Austin Cherry right there, probably looking upfield, had some room right there, but couldn't quite bring the ball in, though. Do maintain possession, but Hillcrest, not deep in its own end zone, but starting its first possession on our own 14-yard line, 13-yard line.
Certainly could have been worse, but that wasn't great.
All right, so here we go with the Pats' first play. Little insight now that it doesn't matter. Greg Guy said if they line up in the right formation, we got a touchdown on the first play. And we just might. It may not be a touchdown, but apparently they're lined up in the formation that we wanted because it's a big pickup. Stephen Fikes All-State first down all the way down to the 35-yard line. That's a 27-yard pickup.
Looked like a little single safety high with the zone coverage, and you've got 3 linebackers. An outside linebacker.
And
Caden. Just Caden found a slot over top of the DB.
Yep. So, and he had 1 man to beat, and if Caden had beaten that 1 man, he had nothing but green in front of him.
The clock was going the wrong way. At 12 minutes, it turns into we have 12 minutes and 5 seconds to play, even though, so the clock is now going to have to go down to 11:55, and that's where they'll stop it with 5 seconds having eclipsed there or elapsed off that first play, Brent. Nice pickup of 22 on that first play from scrimmage.
Not too bad, not too bad.
Yeah.
35-yard line is a lot better than the 12 or 13. All right, so here we go. First down and 10 after the Stephen Fikes All-State first down for the Pats. Jordan pitches this one out, and a nice cut. And a gain of 9 for the Pats on the first carry of the night for Jacoby Harris. Very close to another Stephen Fikes All-State first down, but I believe he is about a yard short.
Speed option to the boundary presents some obstacles because you don't have a lot of time to get your quarterback going. But remember, it also takes away a speed advantage for that defense. So well done by Hillcrest there as they ran that speed option to the boundary.
Jordan Chambly under center this time. Behind him is Javion Lowe at fullback, Jacoby Harris at the tailback position. Here's a handoff to Jacoby over left guard. He's only got 2.5 yards, but he only needed 1 for the Stephen Fikes All-State first down, and they'll move the chains.
So at first, when we take the ball at our own 13-yard line, everybody's feeling pretty sorry for themselves up here in the broadcast, but at least I was. And now, 3 plays later.
Close to midfield.
That's right.
All right, so first and 10 for the Pats. The new line of scrimmage is the 47-yard line. Jordan Chambly in shotgun now. Play action, slings it over here to the right side to Caden Smith. He breaks 1 tackle and is brought down at about the 46. So after the broken tackle, he picks up about 3 extra yards, and that's a gain of 8 on first down. Now we'll call it 7. It'll be third down and 3.
And Brad and Brent, both of you, that's one of the hardest of throws in football. Yeah. From one hash all the way across the field right there to the opposite boundary with a lot of pop. Great job right there by number 3, Caden Smith, breaking that tackle.
Something to think about, too, guys. They have a lot of eyes on Caden. Jalen Cook slipped on a little flag route on the far side, and he really was wide open if he was able to be found.
Jordan under center, quick toss to DeJuan Johnson, who's got the first down.
A little short, Brent.
I believe, no, he's about a half yard short.
Not bad. Look, Hillcrest with the ball. You're not trailing, clock running. Those are good things. So the longer you keep that up, pretty good. It could be a good night.
So third down and short. Jordan under center takes the snap and does the quarterback sneak over right guard. He's got plenty,
offsides.
But a flag comes in. Hoover's offside.
No, we were.
I think we were offsides.
He snapped. The guy didn't. When did the guy decide that it was
a false start?
Yeah, I think the whole line moved except for the ball, right? I think it was literally everybody but the center right there if we watch it. Yeah,
that's a tough break right there because it goes from 3rd and 1 to 3rd and 6.
I also felt like that was a really late call. How long does it take the guy to make the call?
Pats just on the Hoover side of 50. Here's the snap, play action. Jordan back to pass, lets this one sling down the middle of the field, and it is caught! Caught at the 5-yard line.
Wow. That was a great catch by Caden Smith. And that is a huge pickup of about 45 yards by my count, Brent. They've still got the down marker.
Yeah, 45,
I'm not sure.
45 is correct.
The down marker guy stayed at the 48. I'm not sure why. But they've got the chain set. Let's go. Mark that ball. Let's do it. Let's play.
Right, here we go. 1st and goal in the Centel Home Design red zone for the Pats for the first time tonight. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line.
More business, boys.
Jordan under center, toss sweep to Jacoby Harris, and he is in the end zone.
Come on.
Touchdown, Patriots.
Come on.
The Patriots take the early lead. 6-0, 8:58 remaining in the first quarter. The Pats drive it 88 yards for the score.
Brent, that drive couldn't have started a whole lot worse, but then couldn't have gone a whole lot better. So, when you talk about turning some chicken nut salad into chicken salad,
correct,
then wow, that was really well done. And of course, the big play of the drive, the Jordan Shambly toss on a post route to Caden Smith, who got behind the Hoover defense.
Extra point attempt is up, and it is good. The Pats up 7-0. Thanks to Dr. Brandy Patterson for sponsoring our extra points and field goals.
Yeah,
wow.
Revisiting the keys of the game right there was do not be intimidated. Well, we came out there and showed we were not intimidated right there. Even after that false start right there by the Hillcrest line, the Hillcrest center, coming right back there, picking up the big play. Excellent, excellent job by Coach Mitchell and the offense.
I would say an 88-yard drive to start the game is the exact opposite of intimidation.
Well, that's exactly right, Brent. And I think that goes into what we talked about earlier in the game. We kind of know what to expect, and we're not intimidated by the situation. However, you have to answer, right? So here's the thing. In tennis, you can break serve, but you don't consolidate until you hold serve.
Right.
So Hillcrest, not necessarily breaking serve there, but scoring a touchdown is a lot like that. Can Hillcrest play well defensively here?
Couldn't agree more, Brad. Absolutely. We got to go out there, and the offense did their part. Now it's time for the defense to step up.
It's the Tiger Rock kickoff, and Jonah Winston is back deep, one of the deep men for the Hoover Bucks. Total leather. Here we go. Elijah kicks this one short. A fair catch called for at the 22-yard line.
We'll take that.
Yep.
You're talking about a sky kick inside their 25-yard line. That's where they're going to take over. And, that could be that's well done by Elijah.
I agree, Brad. And, Elijah kicked in middle school earlier. But I think Elijah's a pleasant surprise for all of us. Somebody who was not here last year, who didn't play his freshman and sophomore year, coming out here and heavily contributing his junior year. Hoover in the shotgun right now, 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line.
All right, here's the snap and the handoff to Jonah Winston in the backfield, going over right tackle. He weaves his way through, but only for about 2, and it'll be 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, nice play there defensively by the Patriots.
And Hoover's going to go quick like they usually do, calling the play on the field. Back in the shotgun right now, three wide to the left, man in motion, coming to that wide side.
Empty set in the backfield right now. Man comes in motion from left to right. Now the quarterback is joined by a running back. He's back to pass, looking downfield, slings this one incomplete, out of the reach of his intended receiver at the 22-yard line. The intended receiver was Jordan Williams.
Guys, am I right? Caleb Freeman, the junior quarterback, that's
who I got, Brad. I know there's 2 of them.
Yeah,
the only reason I say that is because it's difficult. Their numbers are not super easy to see.
Freeman is the quarterback, yes.
3rd and long. Great situation here to break serve, boys. Now, if you're Hillcrest, can you get off the field?
Here's the snap to Freeman, back to pass.
Oh, dang it.
He fakes it and has to tuck and run, and he will be tackled after only a gain of 1. And the Pats defense holds on the 3 and out for the first time for the Bucks. And the Bucks will be forced to punt.
Fantastic pressure by the Hillcrest defense up front.
And the second level.
Oh,
they broke that first contain, and then the linebackers came in and finished the job.
Well, and then when he lost contain and they missed the tackle early, I kind of was gasping like,
Brad.
We had him right there. Yep. But really well done. A.J. Love and Zay Hall kind of applied some pressure, but Miles Madden did a really good job right there.
All right, double trouble back deep for the Pats. The kick is away. The kick is fielded. Oh, and it's Jalen Cook this time.
Well done, Cook.
Oh, and that looks like a late hit out of bounds.
It is, Brent.
Yeah.
Keep prophesizing,
add 15 yards to that one.
And that's a huge play. Hillcrest already had the ball in Hoover territory. Jalen Cook punt return, got out of bounds right at the 45-yard line. But another 15-yard penalty to be assessed. So Hillcrest will be in business at the Hoover 30.
Yep.
Hoover 30-yard line. Well, let's see where they're marking it.
Yeah, it's right at the, he's right.
Yeah. I think you're right. Yep. Because the late hit happened at about the 45.
4 minutes and 36 seconds into the ball game. Hillcrest has possessed, scored a touchdown. Hoover has possessed and punted after a 3 and out.
Great job by number
Hillcrest
13.
Will be on the 30.
Jalen Cook right there. A little bit of a line drive, reading it early, coming up, catching it on the fly. If that does hit the ground, we're probably taking the ball on our own 30 instead of Hoover's 30.
Yeah,
the importance of special teams field position is enormous.
Absolutely.
Right. You hear the Hoover fans booing for the call, but I have my binoculars on.
Booing all night.
Loud and clear. Here's a mix-up. No snap and movement by the Hillcrest offensive line once again, so it's going to be another procedure call against Hillcrest.
We're just setting them up. This is all setting them up. Part of the plan, guys.
Yeah, that play right there, the little jet motion, that's definitely a decoy.
Yeah.
The false start is a decoy.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's where you get multiple ones.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
We were going to run the jet sweep. Now we know what you're going to look like on that.
Right. Jamie used to do this at Ripley back in '99, okay?
That's right.
Yep.
Okay, so here we go. 1st and 15 now for the Pats. Chambly in shotgun, takes the snap, slings it out to Caden Smith, who breaks the tackle. He's at the 20, the 15, the 10, and out of bounds at the 9-yard line for a Stephen Fikes All-State first down. Another big pickup. The Pats offense is on fire.
1st and goal, boys, as the ball is marked just inside the 10 and about the 9.5.
Did they have single coverage on Caden out there?
They have single coverage and only one high safety right now. They're thinking that they can match up athletically with a man-man coverage out there.
I think they should keep trying it. Keep trying it. Yep.
Yeah.
The Pats,
they may be able to do that, but I'm not sure they can do that all night long against Caden.
The Pats in the Centel home design red zone for the second time in as many tries. It's 1st and goal from the 9. Jordan Chambly under center. Chambly takes the snap, hands it off to Jacoby over right guard. Not a whole lot of room, maybe about a half yard this time. We'll give him a yard to the 8. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 8. 7:04 remaining in the first quarter. The Pats up 7-0 and threatening once again here at the Hoover Met.
Again, scenario played out last time. We talked a little bit, okay, you possess the ball, you're not trailing, and the clock is running. Those 3 things will be a critical measurement all night long, at least as long as we can continue to discuss them.
And another thing, if the depth catches up to us in the second half, it's nice to have a cushion when that time comes around.
Well, let's let that clock keep rolling.
Here's Jordan Chambly on the keeper on the option, and Jordan dives into the end zone.
Put him on.
Touchdown!
Let's go! Yes,
Jordan
baby!
Chambly
Let's go!
on the 8-yard touchdown run.
Come on.
The Pats lead 13-0. 6:31 remaining in the first quarter.
Was that Jacoby, the pitchman?
That was Jacoby, the pitchman.
That kept that guy honest right there. Let Jordan cut it back inside. Good job by him using that big frame, powering in from the 2 or 3 yard line.
Dr. Brandy Patterson of Brookwood Women's Health Center, extra point coming your way. 6:31 remaining in the first. Hillcrest 13, Hoover nothing. You heard me right. You're not dreaming. Don't pinch yourself. It's real. Here's the snap. The kick is up. The kick is good. 14-0 Pats.
Now, we haven't done anything yet. And I think Coach Mitchell probably saying that on the sidelines. Heck of a start, guys. Heck of a start. But stick with the game plan, right? Don't get overwhelmed. Don't do anything. Don't do anything just because you're so emotional right now. Stick to both the defensive and offensive game plans they worked on all week.
It's a 48-minute game on the clock, boys. 5 minutes and 29 seconds have elapsed. That's it. It's 14-0, your Hillcrest Patriots. But just like Brian said, long way to go. But remember, I'm telling you, I hope I get to annoy people all night by saying, okay, remember, do you possess the ball? Are you a...
Ignite is a high school student employment. Ignite is a high school student employment initiative. We have a summer job. Ignite is...
The Hillcrest Patriots have a chance. And every once in a while, Coach P will say, let's go shock the world tonight. It's about something that we're doing athletically at Hillcrest. It could be, you know, a basketball game or a baseball, whatever the case is. We have said that many times. I think that applies tonight. Let's go see if we can shock the world.
Well, here's a comparison for you.
Okay.
Last Saturday, I know I didn't want to talk about this, but Florida State came ready to play. Alabama just assumed they were going to win.
Well, for a drive, we look good. Yeah.
Florida State was like, hey, not so fast, and they put it to Bama. Same thing is happening right here. Here's the Tiger Rock kickoff coming your way from the foot of Elijah Miller. It's a high sky kick. Once again, it hits the ground.
It's going to fall.
And it goes inside the 10. The ball is still loose, and the Pirates have recovered it.
Touchdown!
And is it a touchdown?
First down on the one.
First down. The Pats have recovered it.
It's on the one.
And first down on the one. Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Loose ball. That thing looked like, man. Oh, man. Something had Vaseline all over it. It just kept rolling around.
Keep gracing that thing up, then, boys. Let's go.
And the Hillcrest Patriots come up with a loose ball. First and goal at the 1. Oh, my goodness.
All right, so the Pats up 14-0, 6:28 in the first. First and goal. Stephen Fikes, All-State, first down. Centel Home Design, red zone. Let's go for a touchdown. Jordan Shambly under center. Hands it off to Jacoby Harris.
Another one.
No problem at all over right guard.
He wasn't
as
even
he
touched.
stands up going into the end zone.
Wasn't even
Touchdown
touched.
Patriots, 20-0. 6:26 remaining in the first quarter. The Pats looking to add on with the extra point.
Well,
fly those flags. Let's go.
It couldn't have gone a whole lot better.
Wow.
So far, so good. But here's the problem.
There's a long way
that's
to go.
exactly right. So settle in. But look, going for two.
Two point.
The two-point conversion and the pitch out and the pass. And the two-point conversion on the craziest two-point conversion you have ever seen.
Great guys in there. He looked at me and just gave me a quick wink on that play right there. That one's something we've had in our back pocket for a little while.
So describe to you, those of you that are listening, it was the direct snap to Caden Smith, who's not lined up behind the main offensive line. He's over to the right with just the snapper in front of him and one man behind him. Behind him was Jacoby Harris. Caden takes the snap. The man comes up to tackle Caden, but then the long snapper is covered. So Caden pitches it out to Jacoby Harris. Jacoby flips it forward to Callan Kozar.
Because he's still behind the line of scrimmage.
Right.
And,
the first toss was a lateral,
so
he can do it.
That's correct.
Crazy. Beautiful.
Well, guys, Brandon, I think you've had a lot of practice with this, but I think we're kicking off for the third time in the first 5 minutes and 34 seconds.
Tiger Rock is getting their money's worth here tonight. Another Tiger Rock kickoff for the Hillcrest Patriots.
6:26
to nothing after the two-point conversion. 6:26 remaining in the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Total leather. Another high sky kick, a fair catch called for at the 27-yard line, and Hoover will start there, 1st and 10.
Well, let's see if the defense... Now, look, guys, here's the thing. We have played... Now we're at 5 minutes and 34 seconds of clock time have expired, okay? Hillcrest defense has only been on the field for 3 plays.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
That's
right.
it. So if you can keep... Obviously, that's not going to be... You can't keep that up all night. Obviously, that's just impossible. However, it's a nice way to start. You've got depth issues, or not necessarily issues, but you feel like you're probably not as deep as the other team. So it's a great way to start the game.
The quarterback, Freeman, takes the snap, hands it off up the gut, and there's a little seam, and breaking it all the way out to the 49-yard line. First big play of the night for the Bucks. Goes their running back, number 20, Paxton Weatherly.
And they're going to get theirs. Hoover's going to get theirs. We just have to continue to weather the storm, make good tackles. Don't let them break anything big if we can help it.
Quarterback Freeman in shotgun, Weatherly behind him. The snap, the handoff to Weatherly once again. This time, not as much success for him as he'll cross into Hillcrest territory and pick up about 4. It'll be 2nd and 6 from the 48.
Brian, here's the other thing. You talked about they're going to get theirs. That's fine.
Correct.
If they can get them in 3 and 4 yard chunks instead of 20-yard chunks, then you may have a little bit better idea of, stopping them.
And 3 and 4 minute drives or instead of 30-second drives.
Right.
Here's the snap, the handoff to Weatherly again. Weatherly will be brought down
by
after
Beverly.
a very short gain.
Weatherly tackled by Beverly.
And our Beverly just absorbed him. He just absolutely went in there and tidal waved him to the ground.
So another big play, 3rd down and 4 from the 42. I'm sorry, from the 46. They need to get to the 42.
Near side bubble is what I'm looking at if I'm Hoover. You got 2-on-2 and enough, you kind of make your guy Jeremiah Winston get the first down. Of course, he switched over into a slot position now.
Freeman calls the signals, takes the snap, drops back, passes it over here to the left side, complete to Winston. Winston is pushed out of bounds after a pretty nice gain down to the 35-yard line. Pickup of about 12, and that'll be a first down for
That's a good situation for Hoover to have man-to-man coverage and Winston kind of all by his lonesome with a Hillcrest defender, and that's what they did.
Here's the snap and the handoff to Weatherly once again. Short gain to the 36, pickup of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Deshaun Pope and Jeremiah Beverly both on the tackle there. Great job up front by the big fellas.
Freeman in shotgun. Weatherly flanks him to the left. The snap. Freeman slings it out here to the left side. Pickup down to about the 31-yard line. It will be another 3rd down situation for the Pats. Nice tackle there by the Patriots, JaMychal Watson.
And great job by Jay Mike right there, also making sure he didn't just go in and get stutter step. Kind of controlled tackle, make sure he let his help come behind him, Brent.
After the gain, it will be 3rd down and 5 from the 33 of Hillcrest. Freeman takes the snap, drops back, being pressured, slings it across the middle, and is it complete? Is it caught?
No.
I think it is incomplete,
it's incomplete.
At the 19-yard line.
Ball was a little bit behind him, guys. Still should have been caught. Got a turf right there. We are on the baseball infield right now. We were talking beforehand. I wonder how much that turf, how long it's been resurfaced.
And Hoover will go for it on 4th and 5 from the Hillcrest 33-yard line. Freeman drops back, looks downfield, slings it across the middle. It's caught for the first down. The receiver that time did not drop it. Jeremiah Tabb is able to hold on, and it's enough for a first down.
Good job by Hoover, sustaining two 3rd downs right here. Brings up a 1st and 10 from the Hoover 21-yard line.
Here's the snap and the handoff. Weatherly stopped after about a half-yard gain down to the 20-yard line.
That's
Right in. Let me try this. Here's the snap, the handoff. No, it's a little slip screen to the inside to Jonah Winston. Being chased down, but not quite, by Zay Hall, and he's close to the first down around the 11-yard line.
Pretty good speed there by Winston as he got outside. I was interested to see if Zay Hall was going to be able to run him down.
All right.
Good drive here by Hoover, by the way.
Hoover trying to bounce back. They have it at the Hillcrest 11. Here's a pass over here to the left side, complete.
Flag.
Inside the 5.
That's offensive.
Flag comes in.
That's an illegal pick right there. That's offensive pass interference. That was the old Clemson play. They did a good job picking them, but even a better job by the official right there.
I know some of you are saying that we have a buzzing sound
Right.
on the mics. we're trying to figure out which one of our sound input or input items is creating a buzzing sound.
Then again,
so
we're up 21 points, so if that's the reason, maybe if that's the good vibes that you're hearing through the microphone.
Huge play right there. Well designed by Hoover to get into the end zone. Of course, the penalty negates it. And instead of it being touchdown Hoover, it'll now be 1st and 20 from the Hoover 20. And that's odd. They're calling it, okay, it's 1st and 19 from the Hoover 20.
Okay. Freeman takes the snap, drops back, plenty of time, slings this one to Jonah Winston in the end zone, but he's unable to hold on in the end zone. He had the touchdown for the Bucs, but could not bring it in.
I thought that was a pretty good ball. I thought it was just a drop on Winston's part.
Yeah,
he had it, yeah. And if he comes down with that, of course, it's a touchdown. I don't think he was out of bounds had he caught the ball. But fortunately for us, we lived to play another down. It's now 2nd and 19.
2nd and 19 from the 20. They have to get to the 1-yard line to get a first down. Freeman calls the signals, and it looks like Hoover will call the timeout. So we'll take a timeout break here. We're back after this. Your score, Hillcrest 22, Hoover nothing. This is the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network. All right, we are back. It is 2nd down and 19 for the Bucs. First down can be gained by getting to the 1-yard line. Here's the snap. The pass to Jonah Winston, incomplete over his head here on the left sideline, and it will be 3rd down and 19 for the Bucs.
DJ Jones is reading that. Obviously, the point, what you're trying to do, of course, if you're Hoover, you've got the 2 guys out here on 2 Hillcrest defenders. That time, you get your safety help, and you kind of take the eye candy for the underneath throw, and then at some point, somebody leaks out, and they have an easy route to the corner. Well, Hoover had that earlier, guys, but remember, they didn't complete the pass, so now it's 3rd and long.
Freeman back to pass, looking over here to the corner, and oh my goodness, in and out of the hands of his receiver.
Joe Davidson got it.
That was number 3, J.R. Mosley, the running back, who was unable to pull it in.
I got number 2, Brent, number 2. Big number 2.
Okay, that was number 2, Jeremiah Tabb, sorry.
And you saw, look, Joe Davidson is back there in pretty good shape, but actually just totally misplayed the ball. Had an opportunity for a pick, and he let it get over his head. So Joe's got to make a better play on that ball if we have a chance to win here.
Yeah, I think Jeremiah Tabb was expecting Joe to intercept it, and then when it went through his hands, it kind of threw his timing off and made him drop it.
I agree, and here comes the kick team. There was a penalty against Hoover that we declined. I'm unsure what that was, but Hoover coming in right now to try a 37-yard field goal.
All right, so a 37-yard field goal for the Bucs to try to get on the scoreboard. The snap, the placement, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Just inside the crossbar from the kicker, James Bryant, the senior. So now your updated score, Hillcrest 22, Hoover 3, 2:58 remaining in the first quarter.
Great drive there by Hoover. Also, a great answer. Nothing has gone your way so far if you're the Hoover Bucs. You fumble, and Hillcrest, to their credit, has taken advantage of every single situation. Hoover had to have some sort of resolve and a score right there, because you know on their sideline they're saying, don't panic, don't panic. And they didn't, They got the field goal, which is a good move for them. Get on the board, and then just take it one step at a time. Can Hillcrest keep this up? You know, if you're Hoover, you say, of course not. But if you're Hillcrest, you think, you never know. You got a chance.
Well, here's another great thing about that drive. I know that Hoover scored and they got on the board, but it took them a long time.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing,
It took almost 4 minutes off the clock, so the defense didn't just give up a big play and let them get right back in it.
And that pass interference on the screen by Hoover, that offensive pass interference, huge in that drive right there. Pushed them back, and then Hillcrest defense took advantage of it.
Here's the Tiger Rock kickoff fielded at the 22-yard line. Is that Jalen Cook?
Yeah, it is
Jalen
Cook.
Cook is the 30 and gets to the 31. Not bad field position for the Pats starting this drive.
A good job by Jalen again right there. I mean, he picked up, once again, good job holding it, good job making sure once he had it, it was secure, giving ourselves pretty good field position at our own 31-yard line.
All right, so here we go. 1st and 10 from the 31 for the Pats. Leading the Hoover Bucks 22-3, 2:52 remaining in the first quarter. Here's the snap. Jordan has it, and he is caught behind the line of scrimmage on the option play. Actually, they'll say he got back just to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, and he's trying to look that, and Hoover's doing a pretty good job, at least on that particular play, guys. Did a good job with penetration, trying to affect Jordan on the pitch play, and just wasn't able to get away from the Hoover defense.
Yeah, good job by Jordan not pitching that ball right there, though, because it would have been a 7-yard loss instead of a no gain if he had decided to go and pitch it.
Best case scenario.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Empty set now for Jordan with 2 wides to the left and 3 to the right, and Jordan just takes it up the gut, and he fights for yardage. He'll pick up about 4, and it'll be 3rd down and 6. Very close to a face mask there, guys. The hand was on the face mask, but it didn't grasp it. It let go right before grasping.
Oh, I saw a grasp, Brent, dang it. I saw a grasp.
I agree.
Yep.
Now, if you're Hillcrest, it's way too early to play clock management, or is it?
I know.
Or is it? Just because, you've still got 20 seconds left on the play clock. However, you probably want your team to play with their own momentum and speed.
So big 3rd down and 6 for the Pats from their own 34-yard line. Jacoby Harris comes in motion. Jordan Chambly takes the snap, rolls out to his right, releases it and through the hands of his intended receiver, Jalen Cook, at about the 45-yard line. Would have been enough for a 1st down. It was just a little bit too hot for Jalen to handle.
I thought that was a pretty good ball by Jordan. It was just Jalen Cook needed to be about 2 inches taller. And, it was a nice hole in the Hoover zone. It looked like they went zone coverage there to me, and then Jalen just wasn't able to come down with it. But the good news is no one else did either. So you live to punt. Anything, remember the old adage, anything that ends in a kick's probably a good possession.
Here's the snap. Kick is away.
Ooh,
nice. High kick. Fair catch called for at the 22-yard line.
That was good.
Where did that come from?
That was a bomb.
I tell you, Gunnar Webb bombed that one. He had the Gunnar foot out for that one, didn't he?
I was watching him in warm-ups, and he looked impressive in warm-ups. Coach Mitchell was out there just Gunnar and Coach Mitchell, and I don't know if it was quite that impressive, but he was turning the ball over, getting spirals, even in pregame.
You never know. Sometimes it just clicks on kids.
I'll take it.
Hey, on that Mixlr broadcast, P, is there a way to restart it or try to? It's just Mixlr is not working.
Go right here.
I didn't know. We
right
can wait
here.
till a break if we need to, guys.
Go right here to that. Yeah.
And we're back here, Brent. 1st and 10 for the Bucks.
I know what the problem is.
On the
I know what the
22.
problem is with Mixlr.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay. Had to fix the sound on the video stream, but it messed up the Mixlr stream. Okay.
Nicely
Here's a
done.
nice tackle.
Miles Madden, Brent.
Right at the line of scrimmage. And yeah, we're good.
Yeah, Hillcrest's Miles Madden coming in with that Mike linebacker. Good job right there, getting penetration and then holding Hoover to no gain right there. So now it's 2nd and 10 for the Bucks.
I know what I need, but I just can't get to the cable that I need.
We'll get it on a break. Hang in there with us. We appreciate y'all listening.
1 minute left in the first quarter.
Snap, the pass across the middle is caught
that's a
at
hit
the
right there.
36-yard line by Jonah Winston. Jonah coming in and throwing hands in the face of Kemarcus Silvers.
That was a nice hit, but also a nice catch. So
It's
nicely
first
done,
down.
both players.
1st down for the Bucks Jonah Winston lucky he didn't get a personal foul called right there.
I thought that was a pretty clean hit by Key Marcus.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so Freeman on the keeper around right end will be knocked out of bounds after about a gain of 2. Coming up to make the tackle is Ketori Howard for the Pats.
Nice pursuit by the Hillcrest defense. Lots of speed for the Hoover offense too. So they have a lot of weapons. They seem to be focusing pretty much on the legs of the quarterback and in the hands of either big number 2 or Winston, number 4. And they're on the same side of the field this time, guys. Look for this near side.
The snap, Freeman back to pass across the middle, and this one is incomplete, off the hands of his intended receiver at about the 45-yard line. And Ketori
Hayward, Brent, he was right there, I know.
To pick that one off.
That throw was just a tad bit high. Ketori, I don't know if he quite saw it cleanly. I think he was more focused on the wide receiver, but it got past the Hoover wide receiver, and Ketori had a shot at it, but it would have been an incredible play.
The hands by Clark Anderson, the big tight end. And that's what happens. Your eyes are focused on the near side like I was, looking for their 2 major weapons. And then on the backside seam, you've got the tight end.
3rd and 7 from the 40. Freeman back to pass, being pressured, has a little bubble screen across the middle. He will have the first down across midfield down to the 48 for the Bucks.
That's a good play call by Hoover. That likely will end the first quarter unless Hoover speeds up and tries to get another play. But we're at 15-second mark and counting, Brent.
All right, looks like Hoover is coming up to the line of scrimmage to try to buy one more play before we go to the end of the first quarter. We're down to 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And no snap. That's the end of the first quarter. We're back after this. Hillcrest 22, Hoover 3. This is the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network.
Now, not on my parents, but on me. I remember telling my teller this, and she had such amazing advice to set up 2 savings accounts. One could be used solely to build up, and then the other could be used for emergencies. And I still have both of those accounts to this day. The Alabama Credit Union employees really have your back and are willing to do everything in order to give you great service. So when I finally got into college, I remember that a lot of the finances were now not on my parents, but on me. I remember telling my teller this, and she had such amazing advice to set up 2 savings accounts. One could be used solely to build up, and then the other could be used for emergencies. And I still have both of those accounts to this day. The Alabama Credit Union employees really have your back and are willing to do everything in order to give you great service. So when I finally got into college, I remember that a lot of the finances were now not on my parents, but on me. I remember telling my teller this, and she had such amazing advice to set up 2 savings accounts. One could be used solely to build up, and then the other could be used for emergencies. And I still have both of those accounts to this day. The Alabama Credit Union employees really have your back and are willing to do everything in order to give you great service. So when I finally got into college, I remember that a lot of the finances were now not on my parents, but on me. I remember telling my teller this, and she had such amazing advice to set up 2 savings accounts. One could be used solely to build up, and then the other could be used for emergencies. And I still have both of those accounts to this day. The Alabama Credit Union employees really have your back and are willing to do everything in order to give you great service. So when I finally got into college, I remember that a lot of the finances were now not on my parents, but on me. I remember telling my teller this, and she had such amazing advice to set up 2 savings accounts. One could be used solely to build up, and then the other could be used for emergencies. And I still have both of those accounts to this day. The Alabama Credit Union employees really have your back and are willing to do everything in order to give you great service. So when I finally got into college, I remember that a lot of the finances were now not on my parents, but on me. I remember telling my teller this, and she had such amazing advice to set up 2 savings accounts. One could be used solely to build up, and then the other could be used for emergencies. And I still have both of those accounts to this day. The Alabama Credit Union employees really have your back and are willing to do everything in order to give you great service. So when I finally got into college, I remember that a lot of the finances were now not on my parents but on me. I remember telling my teller this, and she had such amazing advice to set up 2 savings accounts. One could be used solely to build up, and then the other could be used for emergencies. And I still have both of those accounts to this day. The Alabama Credit Union employees really have your back and are willing to do everything in order to give you great service. So when I finally got into college, I remember that a lot of the finances were now not on my parents but on me. I remember telling my teller this, and she had such amazing advice to set up 2 savings accounts. One could be used solely to build up, and then the other could be used for emergencies. And I still have both of those accounts to this day. The Alabama Credit Union employees really have your back and are willing to do everything in order to give you great service. So when I finally got into college, I remember that a lot of the finances were now not on my parents but on me. I remember telling my teller this, and she had such amazing advice to set up 2 savings accounts. One could be used solely to build up, and then the other could be used for emergencies. And I still have both of those accounts to this day. The Alabama Credit Union employees really have your back and are willing to do everything in order to give you great service.
And 4 or so for Hoover.
Got to figure Hoover goes right here.
Yeah, and
down
you know,
18.
Do you take the point? The way they kicked the ball earlier, do you take the points? I don't know. But it's a big play, especially with the clock. And the clock is stopped for some reason. Did they go out of bounds?
Yeah, I believe he went out of bounds right there, Brad. And you're right, though. Huge 4th down right here. Hoover down 3 possessions, even early in the second, deciding they need to go for it.
4th and 4, Jefferson in shotgun. Freeman in shotgun with Jefferson to his right. And that'll be a flag on Hillcrest as there's a nice, actually a really nice play by Hoover. A little fake snap. All the Hoover offensive linemen stand up. None of them had touched the ground, which allows them to rise up without having a false start penalty. Hillcrest is guilty. They bit the cheese there, fellas. And so it'll bring up 1st down for the Bucks at the Hillcrest 16-yard line. Clock still not running, of course, after the out of bounds.
Any more of these?
Freeman in shotgun with Jefferson to his right. Similar formation to just about every other play. The give to Jefferson. He works his way up the middle around to the right side, and he's finally brought down by Kemarcus Silvers, but he's inside the 5-yard line, which will bring up a 1st and goal for Hoover down to the Hillcrest 4-yard line.
Yeah, real patient running right there by number 23, really. Keelan Jefferson. Not the biggest kid, but using his blocks to give them a 1st and goal from the 5.
Fast mode, and again, keeper is Freeman. Nicely done on a little read option, or maybe designed keeper. And no one for Hillcrest was on that left side or the right side on the defensive side on the field, and Freeman had no problem outrunning any Hillcrest defender.
No, great job. That's Freeman. A great job. Big drop by Hoover right there. I think they took it 69 yards, probably 8 or 9 plays. Good response by right there, led by number 7, Caleb Freeman, walking it in for the touchdown.
Yep. Kick coming. Extra point is up. It is good. And that makes it your new score, Hillcrest 22, Hoover 10. James Bryant with the extra point for the Bucks. 9:59 to go here in the half, guys. Hillcrest will take over up 22-10. The first quarter, for those of you just joining us or maybe just wanting a recap, the first quarter, of course, all Hillcrest benefited from a great opening drive to score a touchdown, then got a 3-and-out from the Bucks, scored a touchdown again to make it 14-0. Hoover then fumbled the next kickoff. Hillcrest took over at the Hoover 1. Hillcrest then punched it in to take, and then a 2-point conversion made the score 22-0. Hoover has since chipped into that lead, no pun intended. Chip English
took me a second.
But now Hoover has cut it to 12. Hillcrest 20.
Didn't have a punt, Coach Mitchell, Coach Guy. I would love to have a nice, long, sustained drive here, Brad. But anything that can put points on the board, we'll take.
You got that right. Kickoff coming by Tiger Rock. Thank you so much. It's received by Austin Cherry at the 12. He's on the near side numbers. He gets a little bit of a hole, breaks it up to about the 34-yard line where the Hillcrest Patriots will take over there. But Austin, with a nice return, took it his own 12 or so about 22 yards on the return, and Hillcrest will take over at their own.
I think Austin got to a second or third level, made one small cut, but really had a good 20, 30 yards before he was touched. Gives Hillcrest good starting field position here on their first possession in the second quarter.
That offensive line coming out, and here's Jamarian Williams, a big tight end. Near side wide receiver, Austin Cherry. Jordan Chambly with Javion Lowe as the setback to his right. No, that's Jacoby Harris, by the way. Little keeper by Jordan, picks up 5, and that'll make it 2nd and 5 for Hillcrest as he gets up to the 40-yard line.
Okay, guys, I think
they'll make it to 39. So go ahead, Brent.
I think that we have somewhat of a solution for the sound. We just got a bad cable or something, and I don't have the cable that I need to be able to fix it, so I had to rewire a couple of things. We have the sound going for YouTube and NFHS.
Okay.
Sorry about Mixlr. We may have just lost Mixlr for the night. I apologize for that. See if I can do something at halftime.
You did great. Now look, people can hear.
All right.
We're scoring. We're gonna score in this drive right here, guys.
All right, 22-10, 9:09 remaining.
Tidwell paint and body timeout, Brent.
Tidwell paint and body timeout for sure. And with that timeout, let's see, are we going to take a break here? Yeah. Let's take a break here as well. We're back after this. Hillcrest up 22-10. This is the Hillcrest football broadcast.
What initially drew you to become a member of Alabama Credit Union, and how has your experience evolved since then?
Yeah, so I came for college, and my dad and I came down, and Alabama Credit Union was convenient to campus, being young, first time opening a bank account, and looking for some relationship. And so that's where I started, and then over the years I have gotten married, had a family, and so it's just been with me every step of the way and in relationship with me.
All right, we are back. The Pats, Jordan Chambly back to pass. Slings this one across the middle and incomplete. Intended for
Trent Curley.
Oh, that's Curley, yeah. Curley went up for it high at about the 48-yard line, but could not haul it in.
It would have been a nice catch, Brent, but the ball did hit both hands right there. Not a terrible ball by Jordan. Little out of Trent's hands right there. Brings up a 3rd and 6 for the Hillcrest Patriots.
This is a big play for Hillcrest. Obviously, Hoover's with the momentum right now, or the momentum is in their hands.
Yeah, it's 10 unanswered points by the Bucks since the Pats went up 22-0 early on. Jordan Chambly being pressured, slings this one. Oh, incomplete at about the 49-yard line. Curley was there. He was hit right as the ball got there, and it was jarred loose. Would have been the first down. Beautiful pass by Jordan, just couldn't quite connect.
The only thing did that not feel like the exact same play?
Exact same play, but I'll say this, I'm not saying these have been drops, but I think Jordan's thrown some good balls through a quarter and a half so far, though. I got to figure, I think the offense is giving Jordan chance, giving our wide receivers chances. I think as long as that continues, guys, I think they're going to start making plays because our kids are human, but I think law of averages says we're going to start catching a few of those as well.
Tidwell paint body timeout by Hoover now, guys. And so at 8:59 mark here in the first half, reset, Hillcrest 22, Hoover 10.
Are those timeouts right? They have Hoover listed as taking 0 timeouts. And
it should be 1 and 1.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It should be 1 and 1. That's correct.
So they're just not taking the Hoover timeouts off the board.
Well, that's home hooking. Yeah. That's just some home cooking.
Now there goes one.
The officials have it now, but that's Hoover's second timeout, is it not?
I think one of them may have been a heat timeout in the first half, Brett.
Okay.
I think we may have missed that.
Right.
And then I thought Hillcrest had only taken one, but it's completely possible that we missed one.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I think we've only taken one.
Yep.
All right, so Gunnar Webb back to punt. Once again, he stands at his 25. He'll not get this one away because a flag comes in. It's going to be a false start against Hillcrest, so we'll back it up 5 yards and punt it again.
I will say, guys, we kind of need a bit of a break here.
Yeah.
I feel like early momentum obviously has swung, and it's swung full on to Hoover. And so, obviously, it's a good situation to be in when you don't have the momentum. You're up by 12. But at the same time, you really want to kind of slow this avalanche for just a second if you can.
Gunnar will punt this one away as he stands at his 20. Takes a couple of steps up. It's a wobbly kick. It's high. It bounces at the 20. It takes a Hoover bounce and is down at the 44-yard line. So the Bucks take over with good field position there. Down 22-10, 8:49 remaining, and you can definitely feel the momentum of this game having swung to the Bucks.
Yeah, great job by Jamichael right there. If that ball does get by him, Hoover may have gained another 5 to 8 yards right there. But Brent, you're right. I mean, the last 2 possessions for Hoover, drove down, late flag, gave them only 3 points, and then drove down with 2 or 3 third down conversions. Big possession right here for the Hillcrest defense.
Defense definitely needs to step up and break some of this momentum.
It looks like this is an illegal formation. The near side slot is covered. Unless they've told him he's off.
Caleb Freeman, the quarterback, takes the handoff. Takes the snap, hands it off to Weatherly, the running back. Only a pickup of about a yard. Nice job by the Hillcrest front coming through to shut that one down.
It's not an illegal formation. It just, he would have been an ineligible receiver downfield. Excuse me, sorry.
Gotcha. 2nd down and 9 from the 44. Caleb Freeman calls the signals, takes the snap, hands it off to Weatherly over left guard. Once again, Miles Madden there to make the tackle for the 2nd play in a row. Only a gain of about 2. It'll be 3rd down and 6. Another big 3rd down for the Hillcrest defense.
Well, it's funny. It's quickly a big 3rd down after 2 short runs by Hoover. And, you know, you don't think about it being so fast, but that's pretty quick. They got 2 plays off in about a 45-second span, and here we are for 3rd and long, 3rd and medium.
Weatherly in shotgun, takes the snap, drops back. He has time. He steps forward. He's being pressured. He's going to try to run for this one. Being chased out of bounds by Zay Hall, who stops him short of the 1st down. Well short, as a matter of fact. Only a pickup of about 3. It will be 4th down and 4 from the 49-yard line.
I expect Hoover to go.
I wouldn't be so shocked either if Hoover tries another bite the cheese. Right. Let's get a penalty for a 1st down. You know, I mean, that worked before. I wouldn't be so shocked if it doesn't work again. So Hillcrest got to be disciplined here, guys.
Caleb Freeman calls for it.
Did it again.
Yep.
Gets Hillcrest to jump. Good acting skills by the quarterback on his vocal inflection. Pulls Hillcrest off sides, and that will be, I believe, enough for the 1st down. Or
yeah,
will
I think so.
It will be enough. 1st and 10.
It's going to be close.
The thing is, it's within 5 yards. Here's the thing, too, guys. If you guys remember, back when we were this age, that was illegal.
Right.
To kind of inflect and look like you're going to snap, they would have called it a false start. Yes. And that rule, of course, has changed over time. They got a little more lax on that, but not very well done there by Jeremiah Beverly, who bit on the cheese.
1st and 10 for the Bucks. Man comes in motion from left to right. Freeman hands it off to Weatherly up the gut. Nice job stuffing that one by Miles Madden once again, and Miles is still on the ground after the hit at about the 45-yard line.
That was a heck of a collision, guys, but really well done by the Hillcrest front to allow virtually nothing. Injury timeout here. Not a Tidwell paint and body timeout, but we do appreciate Jason Tidwell paint and body.
Well, it can be a Tidwell paint and body timeout.
That's right.
And why don't we take advantage of this and take a quick break? We're back after this on the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network.
Initiative. We have a summer job fair, and a lot of employers have hired students from the summer job fair.
If you are not involved in Ignite, you should be involved in Ignite. It will be the best decision that you will make for your company in the hiring process.
It's an opportunity to grow your own workforce, to mentor young people. You can help give back to the community by helping students engage in a productive activity.
And we're back. Reset for you. 7:32 remaining in the first half. Hillcrest leads 22-10 over Hoover. Hillcrest took a big 22-0 lead within the first, 7 minutes of the ball game. And now Hoover is making their way back into the game, 22-10. They have the ball at the Hillcrest 45-yard line. Freeman takes the snap, slings it across the middle, and incomplete. The receiver on the little slant pattern, unable to pull it in. Alligator arms, you're right.
I thought so. I thought he reached out to begin with, but then brought his arms back so quickly, a la Ali the alligator, and wasn't able to come up with it.
Yeah, and a common refrain, guys. Another third down and somewhat long for Hoover. Third down and 9 right here, guys. They've converted several of these in a row. We'll see if the Pats can bring up a fourth down.
Third down and 9 for the Bucks. Freeman back to pass with time, looking down the sideline, and this one is, oh my goodness,
you gotta be kidding me.
In and out of the hands of the Pats defensive back,
DJ Jones.
DJ Jones, and into the hands of the the Hoover receiver, and it'll be first down at the 11 for the Bucks. Tough break there.
That's tough. I mean, you say, what more can you ask the kid to do? And you say, well, he's got to catch it.
Right.
That's tough because he did all he could do, except he's got to make that play.
Freeman hands it off over left tackle inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line.
And
Weatherly.
DJ's trying to make a play on that last play. Tried a chance to pick the ball right there, just couldn't bring it down. I don't fault the effort right there.
No way.
Ball just didn't bounce our way.
Love the effort.
2nd and 6 from the 8. They can get a first down at the 2.
Hoover trying to spread Hillcrest out to run something. Feels like it's something up the middle. Although they're a little bit confused as Hoover. And I'm not sure they're not going to have to take a timeout.
4 seconds left on the play clock. They do get it off. Here's a handoff to Weatherly around right in. He will be stopped at about the 4-yard line. Nice job coming up to make the tackle is the Pats' Ketori Howard.
Yeah, really nicely done there, and it sets up another third down, guys. It's 3rd and short this time at least. So, same song, different verse.
The heat timeout.
We'll take it 5:58 to go in the half. So it gives us a chance to breathe here.
Tidwell paint and body timeout. Thanks to Jason Tidwell. And boy, it has been hard to breathe. This first half is flying by. There's 5:58 remaining, so still plenty of time. But Hillcrest with that early 22-0 jump start in the first quarter. Hoover has brought it back to 22-10, and now they're threatening inside the 5 at the 3-yard line to cut it to a 1-score game. What can we do, guys, to stop this momentum?
Well, Hoover's doing a really good job spreading out Hillcrest, so Hillcrest has got to be more disciplined. They've had opportunities, remember, but in the 2 times Hillcrest has had what they wanted, a 4th down, and Hoover probably doesn't even go for it, but they give Hillcrest fits, and they make them bite the cheese that we talked about before, and they get the first down without even having to run a play. Hillcrest has got to be more disciplined in these sorts of situations. If they do, then we got a chance, but we got to get rid of the discipline or the indisciplined mistakes.
Huge third down play. The Bucks can get a first down at the 2-yard line.
Again.
Are we offsides,
No,
or was it false start against them?
I believe it was on the far number 4 there.
It is. It's offsides, yeah.
Yep.
It's an alignment issue. That wasn't even a snap count problem. And that's going to be half the distance. That could be.
I think it was on DJ Jones. I think it was over there, but there may have been something on the interior line as well, though, Brad.
Okay, now this is it's third and very
about
little.
a yard.
It's
Right.
not even a yard. It's more like a foot.
Football.
Yeah.
All right, Freeman calling the
Now
signals,
look,
looking to the
outside,
sideline.
they've got that gigantic gap. Somebody, that outside linebacker on the field side, guys, he's going to have to be on his toes.
Here's a handoff to Weatherly, who fights his way through and into the end zone. It's 22-16 Patriots over the Bucks right now, as Hoover has scored 16 unanswered points, looking for another 1 or 2 here on an extra point conversion.
Another good drive, but again, Hillcrest is having opportunities. But against this team, you cannot squander them.
Let's go back to the 2 drop passes that would have been first downs. Jordan throws a perfect pass, and he's not able to bring it in.
Right.
Would have been first downs, and the dropped interception at the 10-yard line that bounced into Hoover's.
With several flags, and we see Hoover down there cutting it to a 1-score game, and they are going for 2, Brent.
Yep. Freeman takes it, drops back to pass, swings it out here to the right side.
Good play,
and
boys.
A nice tackle made on the extra point attempt there by the Pats, number 22, and that is Kylan Norfleet coming in to make the tackle and preserve those 2 points, so we still have a 6-point ball game.
And the Ubix. Oh, now he got the good job by the B and the Bucks.
Well,
by the Hoover kid.
The B tripped on the Hoover V right there and hit the ground pretty hard, but.
Well, he did a good job catching back up. So the Ucks turned into the Bucks.
Yeah.
All right, so after all of that, 5 minutes, 20 seconds to play in the half, in what feels like it's been all kinds of action tonight, guys. But Hillcrest still with the lead, despite the fact that Hoover has had all the momentum since probably halfway through the first quarter.
Yeah, big drive right here. Hoover does get the ball to start the second half as well right here.
Yeah.
So it's once again, even if we don't get points right here, Coach Mitchell wants to use as much of that 5 minutes and 20 seconds as he can, so Hoover doesn't have a possession to end the first half and then start the second.
All right, here's the kickoff. It's high and it's deep. It's fielded by Austin Cherry at about the 7. He moves it up to the 20, to the 25. He'll be tackled right there, and the Pats will start out there 1st and 10.
Well, here we go, guys. As we said, big possession right here. After that initial 22 points, Hoover both offensively and defensively, I think maybe they started feeling some nerves, Brent and Brad. You start to see that. You look at the scoreboard, you start to imagine it in your head. I think right now they just need to get back to that game plan, get back to possibly what they worked on all week, try to grind out a drive here and see if we can get some points before the end of the half.
I'd like to see Hillcrest try to establish a line of scrimmage game and maybe run the ball some. If you'll notice, that has been non-existent tonight. When's the last time Brent said Belly G?
Right.
I think it was back in August.
There hasn't been a Billy G here tonight. Here's the pitch out to Jacoby Harris. He's hit in the backfield, out of bounds at the 25, right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10.
See, I don't mind that play. I realize it didn't get anything, and we're sitting here at 2nd and long, but we were already throwing the ball, and it was stopping the clock and with not a lot of success. So I don't have a problem with trying to establish a ground game, which is certainly something that we're comfortable with.
All right, 2nd and 10 for the Pats. Jordan Chambly under center. Jacoby Harris behind him at fullback. Jordan with the play action. Slings it down across the middle and incomplete. Intended there for Jalen Cook at about the 35.
I think one of the reasons, and either of y'all correct me if you've spoken to Coach Mitchell otherwise, I think he may be trying to break tendencies a little bit. Hoover has the same film that we have. Maybe they're expecting that, and he was out there and able to get a couple good plays early.
Well, it's obvious that we had some, medicine for a few of those illnesses on the defense, but how many times can you keep going to the same thing? But not that they are. I'm just curious what they have in the bag of tricks.
3rd and 10, Jordan rolls out to his right, being pressured. Slings this one, incomplete. Unable to hold it in is Jalen Cook at about the 29-yard line. Wouldn't have been enough for a first down anyway. The Pats will have to punt.
Yeah, another 3 and out for the Pats right there. Use less than a minute of the clock, so defense probably a little bit winded. Need to go back out there. Hopefully, first of all, we need to get a clean punt off. Hopefully Gunner can get another good one like he did his first punt in the first quarter.
My biggest thing here is, guys, if we can limp into the half, but right now, with the way that Hoover is flowing offensively, we are limping there right now. We'd get there, though. It'd be nice. Not a bad punt, fellas.
Gunner Webb punts it away. It's fielded at the 38-yard line by Jonah Winston, and he'll be knocked down right at the 38-yard line. Good job coming up to make
Curley,
that tackle is number 8, Curley.
Yeah, he held on for dear life, because if he was able to break that initial tackle, he probably had that wide side of the field. Unfortunately, could have ended in a touchdown, but fortunately for us, Trent was able to hold on.
Yeah, I thought Trent did a good job with that one.
So a huge defensive series here for the Pats, only leading by 6 now, 22-16 after having jumped to a 22-0 lead in the first quarter. 4:20 remaining in the first half. Need to hold the Bucks out and keep that lead going into the locker room. Freeman takes the snap, hands it off to Weatherly. He runs it up to about the 40-yard line, a pickup of 3. They'll mark him at the 39. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
A lot like the new up-tempo offenses, you've got a lot of pressure on the defense on the far sides of the field, and then it opens up the middle for the run game. And that's basically what Hoover's having a lot of success doing right now, fellas. Spreading out Hillcrest defensively and then running up the middle for short yardage, but effective.
Caleb Freeman, the quarterback, calls the signals. He hands it off this time over left guard. Miles Madden, fine, back in the game. He makes the tackle at the 44-yard line. Short pickup, it'll be 3rd down and 5.
Pretty big play here, actually. 3:25 to go in the half, guys. 3:25.
Kalen Jefferson is the running back. Caleb, the quarterback, has to step up into the pocket and try to run for the first down, and I believe he makes it to about the 49-yard line, so they will move the chains. Nice scramble there by Caleb Freeman.
Better job by coverage, though. They covered Winston across the middle there. While they did pick up the first down, we didn't give up any big chunk. Still on the Hoover side of the 50.
Freeman calls the signals. Handoff to a new running back, this time over left tackle. He'll move it down to the 46-yard line. That's number 1 for the Bucks.
Yeah, DJ Whalen?
He's the only number 1 on there.
That's what
He's
we got.
listed as a safety, but he was playing running back on that play.
Clock ticking, and obviously not a huge deal because it's the first half, but at the same time, something to keep an eye on. 2:30 to play in the half, boys.
Whaley stays in at running back. Caleb Freeman changes the play at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 6. The change again. Play clock down under 5. Freeman calls for it, takes it, drops back, being pressured by A.J. Love, and just throws this one away.
The flag.
Nobody there.
That's going to be an intentional grounding.
Did you see the
There's
flag?
nobody there.
Nobody's thrown a flag yet. Let's look. Why is there no intentional grounding?
He was in the pocket. There was no wide receiver near it. Coach Mitchell's giving it to him on the sidelines. You can see.
Yeah, why is there no intentional grounding?
That's the type where Jamie may take a timeout.
He definitely was inside the tackle box and threw it to no man land on the far side of the field.
There wasn't anybody inside the hash mark, Brad.
No way.
Would have been a sack. Great pressure there by A.J. Love. Freeman back to pass again, steps up into the pocket, slings this one across the middle.
There we go.
And it is
pick it up.
Ketori Howard there to break it up, along with some help
That felt like a lack of aggression on the wide
Northley.
receiver by Hoover. He almost had like no effort to catch the ball there. It felt like it was his for the taking.
And Hoover's lining up for the punt right here. Little surprised they didn't try to draw us off sides for the third time.
But it wouldn't be enough for a first down if they drew us off
But
sides.
if they did it twice.
Yeah. But I know Hillcrest needs to still be aware of that possible fake, though.
Absolutely, that's exactly what I was thinking. Hoover Buck having to try to make his way off the field. He does in time. Play clock down to 3. Here's the snap. The punter will punt it away. It's a high wobbly punt that will bounce at the 2 and into
He's
the
in the
end zone.
He's in the end.
They're going to say he got it.
They're going to say he marked it down right at the 1 yard line. Let's see here on the replay.
Yeah, that's a great punt. Nice
It
little
looks like he got it as close to the goal line as you can.
Nice backspin punt there by the punter.
Great punt. I
That was
thought the young
fantastic.
man's foot was in the end zone when he touched it, but I'm not the one that matters.
They do. Okay.
Is it coming out to the 20?
No, I think he's just giving the ball back to Hoover.
Okay.
Although they're having some sort of discussion.
And the Hoover defense is right around the 20.
I think the white cap is asking, did he down the ball or did he just touch it? I think they're
He
going to
can't slide with it into the end zone?
Well,
Is that what you're
That's
saying?
what I'm trying to see. And they're going to put it, let's see what he says.
Okay. Holding.
That
So
penalty-
half the distance penalty there is going to be about an inch.
Yeah, so that matters nothing. But that's not our ball, by the way.
Well,
Okay, Hoover has 2 timeouts right here. You've got to figure, I don't know if it's going to be a QB sneak, belly G on the first play, or maybe Coach Mitchell tries to get something deep here. They're still discussing this.
yeah, you know, I was thinking like you were saying, Brad. He touched the ball, but he slid into the end zone with the ball. Does he not have to down it? Can
but
he
as
not
soon as-
take it into
I think
the
as
end
soon
zone?
as he possesses it, the play's dead.
In high school football.
Yeah. Well,
Correct.
I mean, even if that was a college play, if he's sliding and he possesses it, at what point does he possess it? He's
Right.
outside
It's
the
tough
end zone.
to possess it. Once again, obviously.
It's one of those gray
Yeah.
lines like, did the LSU receiver
Right.
have the touchdown, right?
I mean, obviously, I'm looking through Patriot-colored glasses.
Sure.
But
Jordan hands it off over the
Go.
right guard.
Go.
Jacoby Harris breaks
Nice.
it through to the 16-yard line. Nice 16 pickup,
Guys.
16-yard pickup on first down for the Pats.
That is a huge
Yeah, it
play in so many ways. First down, they've got 2 timeouts, but you make them burn them. The clock is running. So obviously, if you're Hillcrest, you don't get crazy. Now,
No.
if you do run another play like that, you get a big, banger for 30 yards or
Right,
something like
right.
that, then maybe you have a different
I
conversation.
agree with everything you
Right.
said
Yeah.
right there, Brad. Let the play clock tick down till under 10 seconds. If you get something safe and get yardage, sure.
All right, Jordan under center once again. Jacoby at tailback. Javion Lowe is the fullback. Here's the belly G over left guard to Javion Lowe. Not much there, maybe a couple of yards. He'll move it down to the 17-yard line,
It's a
close to the 18.
timeout by Hoover,
Yep,
Brett.
Tidwell paint and body timeout by the Bucks.
All right, so with that timeout, guys, let's take a break as well. We're back after this. Your score, Hillcrest 22, Hoover 16. Back after this on the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network.
When I got into college, I remember that a lot of the finances were now not on my parents but on me. I remember telling my teller this, and she had such amazing advice to set up 2 savings accounts. One could be used solely to build up, and then the other could be used for emergencies. And I still have both of those accounts to this day. The Alabama Credit Union employees really have your back and are willing to do everything in order to give you great service.
All right, we are back. 1:09 remaining in the first half. Hillcrest up 22-16 with the ball on their own 17-yard line. 2nd down and 8. Jordan Chambly under center, looking to the sideline for a play change. He gets it, communicates it to his fellow offensive teammates, takes the snap. Here's the belly G over right guard, and not a whole lot there as Javion Lowe takes it forward another yard or so. It will be 3rd down and 7. And the Bucks take a timeout with 1:03 left. obviously hoping to get the ball back and try for one more shot at getting some points on the board before half.
This is a really sensitive time of the game.
Yeah, it is.
You know, you had an unbelievable, really unduplicatable, because that's the word, first part of the first half. And you get the lead, and now you're trying to hold on for dear life just to get to halftime. Obviously, the game is a totally different half and once you get out after that. But if you can get into the half with the lead, you get a chance to go in there and make some adjustments, tell your team, number one, way to go. Number two, you're in this.
Number three, we're not done.
That's correct.
Yep.
Right.
And here's what we're going to do to score more points.
Right.
So it's a real, but you remember now Hoover's out of timeouts. So you want to get you would love to get a first down, but even if not, you take it down and then you kick with not a whole lot of time left, but we'll see.
All right, Jordan Chamblee under center. Jacoby Harris is behind him at tailback. Sorry, that's Javion at tailback. No, Jacoby at tailback. Here we go. Here's the pitch out to Jacoby. He cuts it up, cuts it back, and he's got the first down. No? Or does he?
Yes, sir, first down.
He's got the first down, so it's okay that he went out of bounds because he's at the 30. Huge. That's a pickup of close to 10 and a Stephen Fikes All-State first down.
Yeah, I think he tried to stay in bounds until he realized he had the first down. I mistook it too, and then you could see he got out of bounds. Good play call right there by Coach Mitchell and Coach Guy. Gives us the opportunity, Hoover's out of timeouts, to possibly take a shot here. See if we can get something. You know, Elijah does have a good leg, so it's not quite as far as we maybe have had to get in the past.
Jordan Chamblee under center.
There it is.
The handoff off the gut to Javion Lowe. He's got lots of room. Midfield 50, 45. Nice. He is finally brought down at the Hoover 40. I'm sorry, the Hoover 38-yard line.
That's the ground game that I know and love. But I also know that Hoover's in some sort of situation where they're just trying to keep us back. But, hey, we'll take advantage of what we can. And good field position here. 47 seconds to play. Still one timeout by Hillcrest. Clock is obviously ticking down to 44-43.
Javion looked as shocked as we were when he broke the line and nobody was there, Brad.
Nobody touched him for quite some time.
Jordan under center. Play action. Slings it down the right sideline. Caden Smith looking for it. And does the flag come out on that one? No. Just wrestling for the ball at about the 5-yard line. It falls incomplete.
Don't make that play at all. Go out there to your D1 commitment right there. Throw it up. Had the safety over the top, but see if Caden can make a play. Don't hate it at all.
That too. And, you know, also, you got to figure at some point, Hoover did send a safety over there. At some point, do you leak somebody back over for single coverage on the backside with no safety? It's not like Trent Curley. It's not like Jalen Cook. Austin Cherry aren't, you know, worthy receiver options.
Right.
Jordan under center. The handoff to Jacoby on the belly G. He moves it up to the 32-yard line. Nice pickup of about 4. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, we use our last one. Yep.
Take a timeout here.
Do we want to take a break?
No, we can stay here.
How about this, guys?
Talk about,
go ahead, we get the ball at the 32-yard line. We think we need roughly one more first down to give Elijah a relatively realistic shot, guys.
I literally was just about to ask you, what do you think our options are here? And with the 32, you're looking at a 49-yard field goal roughly. And what do we think his range is? 45-ish?
I would think right around there. I think 45 is the max. It also makes me think, I bet you Coach Mitchell has the kick team and Elijah ready. And it makes me think maybe he tries to go outside, pick up a couple, rush Elijah out there and try to get a kickoff as the first half buzzer is sounding.
Yeah, well, here's an advantage, disadvantage. The ball's in the middle of the field.
Right.
So if you want to get a quick out, you got to make a pretty far throw. However, it does give you some advantage to angles. If this is an incomplete pass, you got it in the middle of the field for a kick for the next play. Because you figure if you don't get anything, don't you figure they probably still let him rip it here?
From 49, I don't know, Brad.
Okay.
I don't know. But I think it'd be very close, which makes me think Coach Mitchell may try to keep it safe and pick up just a few yards here.
Elijah told me at the huddle the longest field goal he has made successfully is 45 yards.
Okay.
But
that's good to know.
We're going to give him 4 yards of adrenaline tonight if he needs it.
There you go. Doesn't mean he can't make it from 50.
Good point, Brent.
I wouldn't mind seeing this formation. I would love to almost see a Chambly draw.
I love it.
Pick up first down, stop the clock, spike it for first, kick it.
Shotgun, here's the snap. The completion to Jalen Cook.
Big play.
I'm sorry, Austin Cherry over here on the left side and out of bounds at the 29-yard line. Only takes 5 seconds on the play.
Great play, Brad, right there.
It's fourth down now,
Safe
though,
play.
guys.
Oh, it is fourth down.
Now, so you get the near side hash sitting at the 28-yard line, which makes it right at a 45-yard attempt, guys. This is the edge of Elijah Miller territory. 7A kicking. This is not your 1A kicker.
All right, Hillcrest needs to get one more player out on the field for the formation.
Plenty of time. Don't panic.
He is there in time. Here comes the snap. Good placement. The kick is up, and the kick is, it looks to be a little bit short, maybe through. Is it through? Oh,
right.
just
little
short.
wide, right.
Yeah. That's okay. I like it. Great attempt. And, you know, it shows that you have a good plan. The execution of the plan was good. The only thing you'd like to have is maybe another 5 yards. Of course, if you're not up against the clock, you know, do you go for it there? Probably so.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah. I think Elijah didn't, to me at least, and I don't think he caught that as well as he could have. I thought he got under it a little bit.
Agreed.
Leaked to the right late, but I still think it would have been gone good from 45 if it had been on target.
I don't think distance was the problem.
Right.
It was just off to the far side, to the right, like you called it.
All right, so now Hoover with 10 seconds remaining in the first half. 22-16, Hillcrest, of course, will be in the big-time prevent defense.
Hoover may get 2 plays out of this, fellas.
Freeman hands it off to Weatherly, and he will be tackled at the 22-yard line, and I believe that's going to run things out here at the first half.
We'll take it.
So, at halftime, your score, Hillcrest 22, Hoover 16. Hillcrest won the first half and the first quarter. Hoover won the second quarter.
We won by more, dang it. Yeah.
We're back with the Stephen Fikes All-State Halftime Show right after this. Keep it here. This is the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network.
The University of Alabama alumni, students, and fans since 1939, Bama Stuff is the perfect place for all your Bama merchandise needs. They have a large selection of Nike official on-field apparel, as well as everything you need for the perfect game day experience. Come see our exclusive in-house designed Bama apparel and souvenirs to help you stand out. Located on the heart of the Strip on University Boulevard, in the shadow of Bryant-Denny. They're open 7 days a week or shop online anytime at BamaStuff.com. Bama Stuff is proud to be UA alumni and veteran owned and operated. No doubt about where to go. Lee Palace in Inglewood Village. Lee Palace has been in the same location for 20 years and loves the Hillcrest community. You just can't beat their incomparably delicious Chinese cuisine in a family-owned, friendly environment that is second to none. The folks at Lee Palace love what they do and are very passionate about providing you with the best in town. Lee Palace says, go Pats!
All right, we are back here at the Hoover Met. Brent Jones, Brad Armstrong, Brian Pirano, the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network student crew as well. It's halftime. The Patriots up 22-16 here at the half. They jumped out to a big 22-0 lead in the first quarter. Actually, the first half of the first quarter. There were still around 6 minutes left in the first quarter when Hillcrest scored their touchdown to make it 22-0. But the Bucks came roaring back and have cut it to 22-16. The Pats need to rediscover that magic of the first quarter here in the second half. And now it's time for us to go to the halftime show. The Pride of Patriot Parkway Marching Band has made their way onto the field. So let's enjoy the halftime show with the Hillcrest Pride of Patriot Parkway Marching Band. We'll be back after this. And we are back. Hoover Met, your score, Hillcrest 22, and the Hoover Bucks 16. And guys, wow, what a first quarter. You can't ask for much more in that first quarter. Everything seemed to be going the Pats' way as they jumped out to a 22-0 lead with, 6.5 minutes left in the first quarter?
Yeah, that was the good news of the half. The bad news is the rest of the half went all Hoover. But at least it wasn't as much Hoover as it was Hillcrest. So we maintained the lead going into the half.
Right.
So one half in. And, you know, the thing is, and I was probably pretty annoying, what do you know? But in the first half, the three things that I kept thinking about was, okay, we have the ball, we're not losing, the clock is running. Yeah, those three things, right? And then the other thing that I thought about too, Brian, and you know, we kind of talk about this a lot, is what do you got to do in the second half? You know, I still like our chances because we got to the halftime with the lead and a chance to make adjustments.
And you know, I do think this, Brad, I'm not sure, I think they're the same thing, and I'm thinking about the clock and using the clock and doing all that.
Yeah.
At the same time, we can't think about that too much.
I agree.
It's still a 22-16 game. You know, I think you and I were talking while our Pride of Patriot Parkway was playing, as we were enjoying that. How many points is it going to take for us to win? I personally don't think it's going to take just 22 points. So we're going to have to find a way, maybe loosen it up a little bit, put in hopefully a couple more touchdowns, and kind of go from there.
I certainly think 22 points does not win you the game. And then if you have a third quarter like you had the first quarter, then Katie bar the doors. We're partying tonight.
Absolutely. And Brad,
Beef O'Brady's, here we come.
No, we're going to Bennigan's, remember?
Bennigan's.
I think as Brent's working through some things, you want to give us, how about we do some RSV design scoreboard update, Brad?
Sure,
I got a couple, and I know you're working hard over there, so you can give us what you got, and I'll fill in the gaps.
One of the, I would love to know the Central Bryant score.
Okay, I'll see if I can find it. Yep.
But if any of you that are listening have a Central Bryant score, just because most of our listeners or viewers are from the Tuscaloosa area, and obviously that matters. At the half, I've got Vestavia and Hewitt tied at 7.
Yep.
Aliceville 13, TA 0 was what I got, remember?
Yeah, I think TA is second ranked in 2A, I believe, Brad.
Yeah, and
so
I
that's
could
an
be
upset,
wrong, but
right?
I would guess Aliceville presents a lot of problems. They got a lot of athletes.
Absolutely.
Mountain Brook 21, Hueytown 10, Northridge 14, McAdory 0. Prattville leads Oak Mountain 7-0. Thompson ahead of County High. It's 42-0.
Yep.
Central Bryant don't have that score. Shelby County leads the Bears of Sipsey Valley 17-8.
That's update. Yep, I have it at 10-8, okay?
Okay, and then I've got Bessemer City leading Brookwood 28-14. And then currently the second most dominant football team in Tuscaloosa County, the Holt Ironmen, trail Oak Grove 20-6.
Holt is 2-0, Brad, as you know.
I got them trailing right now, but I would like for the Ironmen to come back on that.
Another big game here in 7A. I would argue that maybe the third biggest game beside the one we're at in that Hewitt-Vestavia game. The number 9 team and the number 10 team, Dothan, is leading Enterprise 42-14 at halftime right now. A couple others, Bob Jones leading James Clement 37-0. As you said, Hewitt and Vestavia 7-7. Spanish Fort 14-0 over Baldwin County, a team we seem to have seen a lot in baseball when we were 6A.
By the way, while you're looking up some more scores, just so you know, the noise that you may hear in the background, it's homecoming for Hoover.
Thank you.
And, you know, it's always a good idea to schedule somebody that you feel like you have a chance to beat when you have homecoming. You know, you want the alumni to be happy, but we certainly would like to rain on that parade.
And you know what? If you think we didn't take it personally, you're wrong, right? Every bit of motivation we can use that we're scheduled for homecoming on the 5th of September, that is a motivation for our players. That is something they heard all week. A couple more scores. Montgomery Catholic, defending 5A state champion, up 17-7 over Eufaula at half. I guess we're staying with the Catholic theme. McGill and Theodore, 10-10 at halftime. Pelham leading Chelsea 13-7. Viger, who played in Tuscaloosa last weekend, Northport, leading LaFleur 28-0.
I've got, Brian, just because we know these teams, Austin ahead of Sparkman 10-7.
Okay.
So pretty good game there. And also, I've got Prattville leading Oak Mountain 20-0.
Prattville's improved.
Yeah, I agree. And they've got a really good coach down there. The other one that I was following, Florence. Remember, we know them pretty well.
Right.
I don't know as much about Albertville, but they're getting waxed again. Florence 21, Albertville nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Albertville off to a rough start this year. I think they're still winless. They're working with a new coach this year. We see the Florence team, and I'll be honest, any team we beat, I tend to root for the rest of the year, just because obviously we've had some success against them, and I think that makes us look a little bit better, though, Brad.
It makes us feel better about ourselves.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And I'm still looking for a Bryant Central score with not a lot of success.
Okay, when you find that, let me know. But let's move on to the Mission Express Car Wash stat line.
Thank you to Chase Smith with the Mission Express Car Wash, one of our newest sponsors.
And when you think stats, think Mission Express. By the way, they're the only locally owned car wash and operated, by the way, in the Tuscaloosa area. And for those of you that are looking for a good car wash, check out Mission Express. It's just off the Cottondale exit there above, just north of Cracker
And I think if you mention the Hillcrest broadcast, you still get that free air freshener, right?
Free air freshener.
So not only can you support something locally owned, something that has Hillcrest roots, but also get a little something for free.
Also, if you want a tour of the inside of the car wash,
personally,
Chase Smith will take you in there and show you how it all works.
He would love to. You can
get you all
get
clean
there,
at the same time, right?
That's right.
Okay, guys, y'all want some stats here?
You dang right.
We can play this game that we played in the past, since we haven't really talked about. We haven't hit the arrow by the clock, he said. Hit the arrow by the clock. We can play this little game since we haven't really been following the stats that closely. There's been too much excitement going on the field and with our engineering issues. So y'all want to talk about total yards for both teams?
Yep.
Yes. Was I supposed to say yes?
Yes. All right, so you want to go with Hillcrest or Hoover first in your total yards guess?
Hoover.
All right,
Brad, you start with Hoover, and I'll go Hillcrest first.
Wait a minute. Offensive yards. What do I think Hillcrest had?
Is it Hillcrest or Hoover?
I'm sorry, Hoover.
Okay.
Okay. I think Hoover had, I'll say, I'm feeling 175.
Oh, man, you are very, very close right now.
Okay.
I was thinking right around the 200-yard mark. I was thinking a little higher. I was thinking 187.
Okay.
All right, you want it?
Yeah.
171.
Oh, there we go. Good call. Good call.
171. All right, what you got for the Pats?
Okay, I'll do with the Pats right there. You know, we had some good chunks right there. Obviously, after the first 3 touchdowns, we didn't do a ton. I'm going to say, honestly, I think it's very similar, maybe slightly less, so I'll go 164 for the Pats.
I'll take, you know what, that's a good call, Brian, because they had a few chunks, but they didn't do much. I'll say less. I'll say Hillcrest, because they had the 1 touchdown drive that was 1 yard.
Right,
so
yeah,
I'll say 130.
What did you say, Brian?
I said 164, I believe.
164?
Yep.
Okay, you guys are both way off.
Okay.
You forgot about the first quarter. 268, guys.
Wow.
268.
Well, and they did have a pretty good chunk of yardage because they took over at the 1 and ended up at the, that's true, that's another 70 yards or so. That's a good call, Brent. I didn't even think about that. Obviously, we're not very good analysts. Good thing we're good at running our mouths.
Yep. I think they just crowned the homecoming queen, Brent. I believe that's what all the background noise is, not that I care.
You guys want some individual stats?
Is it better than crowning the homecoming queen? All right, let's do it.
Jordan Chambly is 8 for 15 on the night for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns.
He's had some good balls, even on those 7 drops, though, Brent.
7, yeah. Yep. Well, there have been quite a few drops, you're right.
7 incompletions, what I meant.
7 incompletions, but close to 7 of them have been drops. You know, they hit the receiver's hands. They didn't pull them in. Rushing for the Pats, Javion Lowe, 4 carries for 54 yards. Jacoby Harris, 5 carries for 31 yards. Jordan Chambly, 4 carries for 20 and a touchdown. Jalen Cook, 1 carry for 10. And DeJuan Johnson, 1 carry for 3. Now listen to this. Caden Smith on the night, 4 receptions for 135 yards.
Dang.
Along of 52.
How many yards do you think? How many did you say Javion had? 50-something?
Javion Lowe with 54 yards.
How many of those came on that last possession when he broke off on?
It was long carry 35.
I was going to say 35-ish. Man, that's good.
All right, so there are your Mission Express Stat Line Stats.
If you're on a mission for stats, think Mission Express.
There we go.
Brad, you're going to like this next thing that's going to come up here on your screen. The Week 1 results. You can't see it right there, but you can see it over here. Our college football preview brought to you by Hillcrest Tennis. Brad was...
Listen, Brad, last year, and I swear I'm not trying to bring up to it.
It's fun. I don't
You
take
had
offense.
9 wins all of last year, right?
I was so bad. I started to bet against myself.
Oh, you weren't the only one.
Yeah.
But it's the sort of thing where I think you missed a game. So you were averaging roughly a game a week right there last week. You got correctly last year. Impressive 4-1. What was the game you missed? Alabama, FSU?
Alabama. I missed Alabama,
Okay, so I mean, obviously, I wish you had gone 5-0. Me and Brent with quite the poor start, though.
Yeah, I was 1-4. You were 1-4. Honestly, here's what I did. I thought I was being funny by picking against you because you picked so poorly. I was like, well, if Brad picks that, I'm going to go the other way. And I wasn't really even thinking about what I really thought in my own analysis
you are
of
pretty
the game.
funny. You are pretty funny. I agree.
So, I paid for my humor attempt, and I'm now 1-4. But we're going to move on to make our picks for this week. And the slate of games this week pales in comparison to last week's games. We'll start off with the Red Devils of Arizona State visiting the Mississippi State Bulldogs as a 6.5-point favorite on the road.
Well, all right, so who's going to – I'll take this one to go. I'll start.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was talking to one of our crew trying to get a Central Bryant score. Go ahead.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I'll start. I'll take whatever you did.
What's that?
A little
whatever
loud.
you did, yeah, it's like the background noise kicked up a lot.
I can hardly hear you is the problem.
Well, the background noise is real
Okay,
high.
there we go.
There
That's
we go.
good. That's good. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'll take – so Mississippi State's plus 6.5, is that right?
That's right.
You know what? There's a lot of momentum for the Bulldogs, and it's a big game tomorrow night in Stark Vegas. Davis Wade Stadium is going to be rocking, and you're not going to be able to hear anything with those cowbells. The Sun Devils are coming from Big 12 territory where no one watches football games except on Fox. And I'm taking Mississippi State to not only cover, but they're going to shock the world tomorrow night, and the Dogs are going to win straight up.
I was talking to Coach Ashley about this game this afternoon, just in the lobby as both of us were getting some food, and he was talking how last year was the Cam Scatterbo kind of coming out party for Arizona State against Mississippi State. Well, Cam Scatterbo is with the New York Giants right now. So, golly, Brad went 4-1 in 1 week, and I'm already agreeing with him. This is a mistake, but I am also going to take State to cover the 6.5 points.
You know, we're going to take a 3 for 3 on this one because I'm going to go with the Bulldogs as well, and I kind of feel the same way you do, Brad. I don't think Arizona State knows what it's like to play in the SEC in that kind of environment, and I think the Bulldogs will shock the world tomorrow. Actually, I don't really think it's shocking the world so much. It's only a 6.5-point game.
That feels high to me.
But it's still an upset.
Fight.
Yep.
Mississippi State.
We'll go in order here, and Brian, you get to go first this time. The big game of the day is the Michigan Wolverines plus 5.5 at the Oklahoma Sooners, number 15 against number 18.
You know what? Michigan right now, what did they get fined? $30 million, and Jim Harbaugh's not allowed to coach in college till he's 112 or something like that. So I'm a little down on Michigan right now. I will take Oklahoma. Are they getting 5.5 or giving 5? Are they getting 5.5?
They're getting 5.5.
Okay, I'll take Oklahoma, and I'll gladly to take the 5.5 points.
No, wait, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oklahoma is a 5.5-point favorite.
Oh, I'm sorry. They're giving 5.5. Okay,
so it's minus 5.5.
Well, I will still take. Tells you how much I know. I will still take Oklahoma, even though they're giving 5.5.
All right, I'll go next year so we can keep a nice order of things. Okay.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I'm sticking with the SEC. I think the SEC over the Big Ten. I think it's a chance at home for an SEC team to make a statement. So I'm going to go with the Sooners and the 5.5 points.
Yeah, you know, guys, part of me, I want to take Michigan just because I think they have a better team. I don't think Oklahoma's very good. However, when in doubt, I'll take the home team, and even though they're a 5.5-point favorite, I'll still take Oklahoma.
Okay, so we're all together on the first two.
Yeah.
I'll go first on this next one. The next one is Alabama and Louisiana Monroe. 36.5 points. The Tide are favorites. You know, the last time Louisiana Monroe was in Bryant-Denny Stadium was in 2007. That was in Nick Saban's first year, and the Warhawks beat the Tide. I was at that game.
I was at that game, too.
It was the only game that Lindsey Jones has been to that isn't an Iron Bowl, right?
Wow.
You're an Auburn fan. So she is no longer allowed to go to any Alabama games that aren't Alabama Auburn games.
Good choice.
She will not be going tomorrow. I will be there without her. 36.5 points. Guys, that game last week, it still hurts to talk about it. The effort, where was the effort? That's what everybody's talking about. The big question is the effort going to be there this week? Does the Tide even need the effort against the Warhawks? But they have to win by 37 points to cover the spread. I can't pick against the Tide. I'm going to go with the Tide.
Of course, me too. You know my role. Can't pick against them. Obviously, we looked absolutely wretched last week. I think Thompson beats us last week, but we come back and we beat. Now, I'll say this. I got a little bit of a soft spot for Louisiana, Monroe, just because I love Bryson Kimbrough. But he's not under center, and I still love Alabama. So we'll take Alabama minus 36.5.
I think the people who set the odds are banking on us looking at last week's Alabama team. 36.5 to me is probably not nearly enough. And so I get it that they're trying to trick us, but I got to take Alabama here.
Okay, so we're agreeing on all three of the games that we picked so far.
This is my new strategy. You can't catch me.
I was about to say.
You can't do this, though, on this next one because you have to pick first.
Okay, no problem.
It's number 20, Ole Miss, a 9.5-point favorite at Lexington to take on the Kentucky Wildcats.
Okay, well, I think Ole Miss is going to win the game, but the tricky part is whether or not they'll win by 10. And, you get lulled into these sorts of things, but Kentucky's not a very good football team, guys, and I think Ole Miss is. Now, they do have a new quarterback, but I thought he looked pretty good in limited action against Georgia State. But I'm still taking the Rebels, hotty toddy, gosh almighty, by 10.
You know what?
More.
I'll go next here. Once again, I don't think Kentucky's very good either. I do think that first home game or first home SEC game, so I will take Kentucky getting the 9.5.
Okay, that's the only difference so far because I'm going Ole Miss minus 9.5. We got the what do they call it? The Iowa teams, Iowa State.
The Cy-Hawk Trophy.
The Cy-Hawk Trophy, yes.
I'll take Iowa State.
All right, who you got, Brad?
What's the line?
3.5. Iowa State's getting 3.5.
Yeah, I'll take Iowa State.
All right, then I will go with Iowa State as well.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we are back to action. The Tiger Rock kickoff, toe to leather. A high kick down the middle, fielded at about the 5-yard line. Up to the 20, the 25, and down at about the 32 is where the Bucks will start their first possession.
Last thing real quick before we get second half action. Great job by our crew over there. Central leading Bryant 21-0 right now.
That doesn't shock me. I was just wanting to know a score. I figured Central wins the game.
Yep, the game
Central's
is at
got a pretty good
Bryant,
team.
correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so here we go.
This just in, Thompson scores again. I'm just kidding, I have no idea.
He was giving you a tennis
Center
score.
also dropped the set.
Oh, he dropped the set? Man.
All right, so big series for the Hillcrest defense.
It's FAA? Felix Solid.
Caleb Freeman, the quarterback, calls a man in motion from right to left. He takes the snap. He hands this one off. And a great job coming up to make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage is Jeremiah Beverly. A loss of 2 for the Bucks. It'll be second down and 12.
And you know Bev
Actually,
right
a
now.
loss of 4.
Yep,
Second
and
down
you know
and 14.
Bev right there after those 2 big mistakes in the first half. You know Coach McKinney, Coach Patterson's on him. And I know Jeremiah. He's a very hard critic of himself. He wants to come out and show out in the second half and make up for those first half miscues.
You want to set up the defense with some sort of lateral movement, but I don't think you want to lose 4 doing it.
Caleb Freeman calls the signals on 2nd and 14. Here's another handoff, this one up the middle, and guess who's there to make the tackle? Jeremiah Beverly, along with a little help from Zay Hall. Not much on that one, about 3, and it'll be third down and 11.
Yeah, great job by Bev right there again. You know, honestly, on both tackles, it looked like he had a blocker on one shoulder. Jeremiah able to wrap him up with the other side. As you said, Brent, Zay came in and kind of cleaned it up. 3rd and 11 for the Bucks.
Big play here, guys, early in the second half.
Shotgun formation.
Good not movement. Way to go, Jeremiah.
Caleb Freeman, the quarterback, calling the signals, changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Big third down for the Pats. Right here, the defense needs to get off the field. Here's the snap to Freeman. Freeman dropping back to pass, being pressured, slings this one down the middle of the field, and it is incomplete. Beautifully broken up by the Pats' DJ Jones.
Let's go, DJ.
That ball was not terrible. He's behind him, though, so a good route by Hoover's Big Tab, Jeremiah Tab.
And he's had a big half, Brad,
Yeah.
a big first half. Great job, and I agree with you. That ball was a little bit on a line, a little more air under it, but great job by DJ getting a hand in last second.
Jalen Cook and Jacoby Harris are deep for the Pats. What a great stand to start out the second half by the Pats defense. The two returners for the Pats stand at their 30-yard line. The kick is away. It's a wobbly kick fielded by Jacoby. It's fumbled by Jacoby and recovered by the Pats. Thank goodness.
Wow. DJ Jones with the recovery. Nice heads-up play. Jacoby Harris obviously trying to make a play, and who could blame him? But nicely done by DJ to kind of cover up what could have been an early second-half disaster.
And 2 Bucks had a chance at that ball, Brad. Both of them overran it. DJ kind of, the Johnny on the spot there, able to go in there and cover it up.
Let's see what sort of attitude Hillcrest attacks with offensively here in the second half, that is.
Jordan Chamblee under center. Takes the snap, hands it off to Jacoby over right tackle, and Jacoby's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. He does. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Brad, and you asked right there what sort of kind of attitude we would have right now. Is that a flag down?
It's a flag on Hoover. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct.
They were talking a lot in the first half. I wonder if they may have even gotten warned. We see the officials maybe trying to take control of the game right here, Brad.
Yeah, maybe so. And obviously, we don't have any sort of benefit of knowing what's going on, but it does look like this is going to be. I thought they pointed at Hoover.
Oh, it's offsetting.
The defense.
Offsetting.
Okay.
Penalties offset, 2nd down.
I think we should get the down over.
Yeah, I agree. Some sort of benefit for
having
nothing.
1,500 fewer kids.
That's right. You know what? They are nearly triple our size.
I know.
Triple. It's like 2.5 times. But, I mean, not that we're backing down, and I would never back down. I love the way that we fought this game. So far, so good. Obviously, long way to go. Let's see if we can't carry the fight to them a little more, huh?
Play clock still hasn't started. I don't know. We still haven't put the ball in play yet. Not quite sure what the holdup is.
Yeah, just taking a while to get things together after the offsetting penalties. Jordan back to pass, completes it to Caden Smith here on the left side. He's up to the 30-yard line. A pickup of about 4, and it'll be 2nd down and 6.
That's kind of a de facto running play right there, guys. You know, we had 3 guys out there. Pretty safe pass out to number 3, Caden Smith. Good job using the blocks. Only picked up 3.5 yards, but does bring up a 3rd and medium, 3rd and 6 right now for the Hillcrest on our own 30-yard line.
All right, so Jordan in shotgun. Javion Lowe flanks him. Jordan back to pass. Slings this one over to the right side. The first down for Caden Smith and more as he spins out of a couple of tackles, gets to the 44. Stephen Fikes All-State first down for the Patriots.
Yeah, Brent, I think right there we saw Jordan get hit as he threw. Didn't look like a clean ball. Great job by making a relatively difficult catch by Caden Smith there. Then he kind of glanced where the marker was. Full steam ahead. First down, Pats.
9:55 remaining here in the third quarter. The Pats up 22-16 with the ball at their own 42-yard line, 1st and 10.
Hoover
Jordan Chamblee with the sweep to Jacoby Harrison. What a move. He was met in the backfield, but he cuts it upfield, avoids the defender who had made penetration, and ends up picking up 4 yards to make it 2nd and 6.
Yeah, good job. We ran that reverse to the opposite side of the blitz. It looked like number 5, either the outside linebacker or the free safety, walked up, blitz from the opposite side. Good job by the Hoover line being able to kind of bottle up Jacoby to the second level, could come in and finish the job.
All right, so 2nd, and we'll call it 6, between 6 and 7 for the Pats. Jordan Chamblee under center. Here comes Jacoby sweeping around, a handoff to Javion Lowe over right guard, and Javion fights his way forward. He's at the sticks, and that will be enough for the first down into Hoover territory to their 47-yard line.
Well, good job right there, Brent, using his blocks, right? Just making sure a very patient run there. kind of made initial, got the couple yards, contact, continued to use the blocks, fell forward, right at the marker. First down, Hillcrest just into Hoover territory.
Another Stephen Fikes All-State first down. I formation, 2 men wide to the short side of the field on the far side. Jordan under center calling signals. He'll take the snap. He'll hand it off to DeJuan Johnson picks up 14 over right guard, and that's enough for another Stephen Fikes All-State first down.
And that was the opposite of the last run, where Jacoby was patient. DeJuan just hit the hole as quickly as he could, slithered through for 12 to 15 yards right there. Great kind of 1-2 punch right there with Jacoby coming, and then to DeJuan right up the middle for a big gain, Brent.
All right, so 1st and 10 for the Pats as they're driving at the Hoover 33-yard line. Jordan Chambly calling the signals under center. Here comes Javion in motion, a handoff up the gut to Jacoby Harris. He moves it to the 30. Nice little pickup of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I'll take 4 on first down anytime, Brent. And right there, great job. Like you said, right up the middle, picked up 3.5 yards. We'll take that on first down. Clock not working on the scoreboard right now, so 7.5 minutes left in this third quarter.
Patriots, we got to take our hats off to the defense and stopping them for that 3 and out coming out of the first half.
Couldn't agree more. Momentum center for the second half.
Now the offense taking their cue and driving the ball down the field. Chambly under center, and this has been done through the run mostly, guys. Chambly hands it off to Jacoby over right guard, breaks the tackle, spins free down to the 21-yard line. A nice pickup of 10 and a Stephen Fikes All-State first down.
Brent, you remember you and Brad in the first half said that didn't look like Hillcrest, right? We're not running the plays we're used to. Well, guess what? Second half, Jamie Mitchell says, okay, we'll do what the MO for us is.
Yeah.
Only that one pass, that semi-screen to Caden on this drive.
All right, 21-yard line, the new line of scrimmage. Jacoby in the backfield. Jordan under center. Here's the toss sweep around right end to Javion Lowe. Nice little pickup down to the 17-yard line. A pickup of about 5, and it'll be 2nd and 5 for the Pats.
Another good play. Mixing up the runs there, went right there to the boundary side and picking up a big 5. 2, 3, 4, 5 yards on first down. Allows that offense so many more options on second down.
All right, so here we go. Come back into the game, Brad. All right, here we go with Chambly under center again. One of the best things about this drive is the clock is being eaten, guys. If we can pick up points and eat up all this clock of the third quarter, so much of it. Here's a handoff over left tackle. Jacoby Harris down inside the 5. Another Stephen Fikes All-State first down. The Pats in the Centel Home Design red zone, threatening once again.
Great job once again. Right up the gut by Jacoby there. Honestly, I won't say it quite yet because I do believe in jinxes, but we see the Pats right now. They are taking more time right now, getting to the line. 1st and goal from the 5.
1st and goal for the Pats. Jordan Chambly hands it off, but this one goes nowhere for Jacoby Harris as he will actually lose a couple of yards. That one was blown up quickly. Back to the 6-yard line, and it'll be 2nd and goal from the 6.
You know, with this shorter field right now, less of a threat, less for Hoover to have to cover. Just the 6 yards to the goal line, 10 yards to the end zone. So it is a little more compact. Maybe become a little bit more difficult for the Pats. As you said, though, we tick under 6 minutes in this second quarter. Dang it, that's offsides.
False start against Hillcrest will back it up 5 more yards. It'll make it 2nd and goal from the 11 for the Pats.
Brent, do you happen to remember the stats in the first half, the penalty yards? I wasn't sure if we had that or not.
We do. Okay. I'll have to look it up.
That's fine. It just seems like if I had to predict, I don't know if we've had any big penalties against us, but it seems like Hillcrest has had a lot of false starts, a lot of offsides, a lot of the 5-yard variety.
Hillcrest, 8 penalties for 41 yards.
Okay.
All right, second down and goal from the 11 for the Pats. Jordan Chambly under center.
Yeah, play clock was run. It was running. It was down to half a second,
Yeah.
and Coach
Hillcrest
Mitchell
forced
used
to
their
call
first.
a timeout. We'll take a break here. Back after this. Hillcrest up 22-16, threatening. This is the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network.
Serving the University of Alabama alumni, students, and fans since 1939, Bama Stuff is the perfect place for all your Bama merchandise needs. They have a large selection of Nike official on-field apparel, as well as everything you need for the perfect game day experience. Come see our exclusive in-house designed Bama apparel and souvenirs to help you stand out. Located on the heart of the Strip on University Boulevard in the shadow of Bryant-Denny. They're open 7 days a week or shop online anytime at BamaStuff.com. Bama Stuff is proud to be UA alumni and veteran owned and operated.
All right, back at the Hoover Met. Hillcrest up 22-16, 5:11 remaining in the third. The Pats defense came out in the second half, got a 3-and-out from the Hoover offense, got the ball back. Offense took over at what, the 25-ish?
Yeah, right after that, after a fumble by Caden on the kickoff.
Right,
and
on
then
the punt.
On the punt, excuse me. And then we had DJ Jones right there being kind of making sure, getting that possession back.
And since that point, after that heads-up fumble recovery by DJ Jones, the Pats have driven the ball down to the 11-yard line of the Bucks. A penalty, a short gain, or actually a loss on a carry, and we're back at the 11. It's second and goal from the 11.
This has been pretty meticulous.
Yeah.
The split back seems to be giving him some fits. Also, I love the motion from the wing back, making it look like we're going to toss or we can give it up the middle. They did a pretty good job of that.
Right. All right, Jordan under center. Takes the snap, the pitch out to Jacoby Harris around right in. Jacoby looks for some room. He gets down to about the 7, and it will be third down and goal from the 7 for the Pats.
I don't hate that play. Relatively safe play right there. Picked up 4 yards. Still, in my opinion, allows the run to be an option on this third and goal from the 7-yard line.
Only bad thing about that is that it stopped the clock because
right.
Jacoby was knocked out of bounds.
Yep.
It's getting loud in here, guys.
That's good. That's the way we want it. That means we're in it.
Jordan in shotgun right now with Jacoby to his left.
Timeout, near side, timeout, guys.
Timeout for Hoover.
Hoover.
They
Hoover
saw that there was one-on-one coverage over here for Caden. Hillcrest had what they wanted. Hoover did not want it, so they called a timeout.
You know, that could come into play right now. Hoover having to use one of their timeouts. We are up 22-16. We'll see if that using a timeout on defense. You know, I know a lot of head coaches, especially when they're trailing, don't like having to use it on defense. But like you said, Brad, one-on-one against Caden, it left them no choice.
Yeah, 5:07 to play in the third. The score is still 22-16. A scoreless second half so far. Obviously, Hillcrest looking to change things, Brent. Love to put some sort of points on the board right here. And you almost think, okay, it's third and goal from the 7. How conservative or aggressive do you get?
Here's something that, you know, we talk about Jordan not being afraid of any moment. If it's there, he's going to go for it.
No doubt.
He's not going to hesitate.
I wouldn't mind some sort of option where he has the opportunity to run with it.
He's under center to take the snap. He takes it, and it's a handoff to Javion Lowe, who is met in the backfield. Javion will actually lose a yard, and it'll be fourth down and goal, and the Pats will bring on Elijah Miller for the field goal attempt.
I actually really like that call because you put it in the middle of the field. You've got a good field goal kicker. Remember, you don't have to panic in situations like that. Obviously, you want a touchdown. Who wouldn't? But you're up 6. This is an opportunity to extend it to a 2-score lead. So you'll take the 3 points if you can get them.
If we can get them. If they're not up there yet, guys.
That's right. If you can get them.
It'll be a 23-yard attempt for Elijah Miller. The snap, the placement, the kick is up, and the kick is true. So the Pats extend the lead to 25-16, and that's huge, guys, because that makes it a 2-score
Brad,
game.
I was scared to say anything when you said it, just because you know how I am about that stuff. But I couldn't agree more. I think once Coach Mitchell said maybe if we had it 3rd and goal from the 3, it's a different ball game. He wanted to keep it in the middle of the field for junior place kicker Elijah Miller. He did that. In addition, I think that drive took close to 6 minutes off the clock right there in the 3rd quarter. Maybe a little early, but I can't help but look at the clock.
Well, let's look at this. There's 4 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the 3rd. Hoover has had the ball for 3 plays.
They are explosive, though. We know Hoover can get in it quick, though.
It's kind of the same formula that worked in the first half, guys. Now, the problem with the first half was you can't do that for the entire game.
Right.
So how long can you do that for the second half? Obviously, Hoover's got to get the ball back. You got to stop them again. So we got to put some pressure on them and try to get the ball away from them, and then continue to eat at that clock with our ground game that we really enjoy watching. Let's see if we can continue to have success
conversely,
doing
Brad,
that.
though, if we're able to hold our water on defense, though, you know, it's the sort of thing where our defense didn't play badly. Just a couple big offsides kept Hoover going in the first half.
Well, that's been the story all game, Brian.
Tiger Rock kickoff. Elijah Miller gets it away, and over the head of the receiver, bounces at the 1-yard line into the end zone, and the Bucks will start at the 20.
That's a huge
When's the
weapon.
last time we
Huge weapon.
We had one earlier this year.
Did we? Okay.
Yeah, in the Florence game.
Well, but he's the guy who kicked it. Elijah's got a big leg, and I love how they've mixed it up, by the way. If you noticed, the kickoffs have been sky kicks to the numbers. They've gone on different sides of the field, and then that time was a line drive power kick through the end zone.
I'd say that was an adrenaline kick right there after nailing that field goal.
I do think
he was high as a kite and ready to kick it through there.
I do think Coach Mitchell, though, does use that to our advantage and mixes up those opportunities.
Definitely.
Here's the snap, the handoff. Nice play by the defense coming up to stuff the run after a short game. We'll give him 4, make it 2nd down and 6 after the carry by Paxton Weatherly.
Hoover, patient.
Well, more like 5, 2nd and 5.
No need to panic if you're Hoover, and they are not. You're only down by 9, and there's plenty of time left in the game.
Caleb Freeman calls the signals, calls for the snap, takes it, hands it off to Jonah Winston. Over left tackle. Jonah is brought down after he picks up enough for the first down to the 35. Good job there by the Pats. DJ Jones coming up to make that stop.
That's Miles Madden is back in the game.
Yes.
I know he was down. Has he been back in there?
He was only out for a play or two.
Guys, 10-yard pickup there, but not a bad play defensively at all. You keep him in front of them, or keep him in front of you. You don't give up any points. Continue to the next play.
1st and 10 for the Bucks. Freeman back to pass, rolling to his right, looking downfield, releases. It is caught.
Ooh.
Wow. What a hit.
Yep.
By the Pats, number 23, DeMarcus Ryle.
Fantastic job by the secondary right there. I think we could all see the play develop.
I have to correct myself real quickly. That was not DeMarcus Ryle. That was
Marcus Silvers?
That was KJ Archibald, 22.
Nah, it was
22 right here.
It was Kylan Norfleet, right?
Kylan Norfleet.
Yeah, correct.
There's 222.
There was somebody wearing a blue helmet, I'll tell you that.
Right.
It was Kylan Norfleet.
Correct.
Let's give him his props. It was a great hit. To pick up a 3 at 2nd down and 7 from the 38-yard line of the Bucks. The snap, the handoff over right tackle, across the sticks down to the 46-yard line after the carry there by Paxton Weatherly.
I don't know if you guys noticed, I missed the number, but one of our guys tried to lay a shoulder in there instead of a tackle, and it allowed their running back to pick up another 5 yards. Look, just tackle the guy. If he gets a first down, that's fine. But tackle him and let's prevent them from getting any more yards. Every time you create a defensive stop, you're in good shape.
The snap, the handoff to Jefferson, and A.J. Love is there to meet him in the backfield for a loss of 2 back to the 36-yard line.
Got a Patriot down.
Sorry, 44-yard line.
Looks like that's Norfleet down. Hoping it's nothing serious there.
Okay,
AJ did a great job shedding the block right there, and he's waiting for the running back with both arms open.
With the injury timeout, we will take a break, and we will be back after this. Your score, Hillcrest 25, Hoover 16. Back after this on the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network.
When the Patriot Nation gets hungry for Chinese food, there is no doubt about where to go. Lee Palace in Inglewood Village. Lee Palace has been in the same location for 20 years and loves the Hillcrest community. You just can't beat their incomparably delicious Chinese cuisine in a family-owned, friendly environment that is second to none. The folks at Lee Palace love what they do and are very passionate about providing you with the best in town. Lee Palace says, go Pats!
And we are back here at the Met. 2nd down and 12 from their own 44. The Hoover Bucks trailing the Hillcrest Patriots 25-16, 2:39 remaining in this third quarter. Caleb Freeman is the quarterback. He takes the snap. He drops back. He releases this one over to the left side. A couple of spin moves and a nice pickup into Hillcrest territory down to the 48-yard line, but it is short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd down and about 3.5.
A catch in front of you is fine, but break down and make the tackle. Yeah. Don't let 4 turn into 7. DJ's trying to make a play. I don't blame him for that. But the sure tackle is way more important.
Caleb Freeman calls for it, takes it, hands it off up the middle. First down yardage is gained inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line after the carry there by number 1, DJ Whalen for the Bucks.
Yeah, I saw you jump. I was looking for a fumble. Yeah. I don't think he bobbled it, but I thought in that situation it looked like it was a potential possibility.
It was kind of a hit out of nowhere is what made me kind of flinch.
A potential possibility. Is that redundant?
We're winning, I don't care.
Yeah, I know.
It's also alliteration, though, so I like it.
Okay, let's do it.
1st and 10 for the Bucks from the 39 of the Pats. Here's the snap. Plenty of time to release this one. Now being pressured. Slings it over to the left side and out of bounds. And Caleb Freeman was just getting rid of that one to avoid a sack.
Yeah, A.J. Love applied the pressure. Of course, Jeremiah Beverly, we've called his name all night long. But what a nice addition to have big number 9 back on that defensive front. But Hillcrest is pretty deep up there, guys. Jeremiah Beverly, Deshaun Pope, just to name a few. I know I'm not naming them all, but we'll try to.
Caleb Freeman in shotgun. Takes the snap. Here's a handoff straight up the middle. Miles Madden comes up to meet him at the 45-yard line. It is a pickup of about 5, though, for the running back, DJ Whalen. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Bucks.
I think Hillcrest is okay with this. The clock is running. You're keeping everything in front of you, and that's obviously super important. 3rd and medium. Come on.
Freeman calls for it. Now elects to change the play. Shares the news with his teammates. Gets set again. Calls for it again. Takes it. Drops back. He's being pressured by Zay Hall. He escapes him, though, momentarily. Slings it down the field, and it is caught inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Bucks.
Good call by Coach Patterson, right?
Yep.
We had not had Zay on the blitz right there. Zay came through. Good job by their quarterback eluding him. Good job by the wide receiver coming back, giving Hoover 1st and goal.
That's the difference in these big ball games like that. Can you make that play? And that time Hoover did. Hillcrest did not.
1st and goal now for the Bucks. From the 7-yard line. Caleb Freeman takes it, hands it off over left tackle, and I believe in the end zone. Yes, that is a touchdown for the Bucks and their running back number 1, DJ Whalen, cutting the score to 25-22, 54 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Good drive by Hoover.
But you're right, on that previous play, the catch, Zay was there. Just a great play by Caleb Freeman to evade him and then complete the pass.
Quick sidestep, made a good pass, allowed his wide receiver to come back.
Extra point attempt is down. It's up. It's good. 25-23 here with 54 seconds remaining.
It's a great answer there by Hoover. You cannot help but think in the last drive, of course, we were all happy to take the field goal, but the field goal, if it turns into 6, it's talking a little bit different scoring situation here. But regardless, good drive by Hillcrest last time, better drive by Hoover this time. Your score is now the lead is cut to 2, guys. So you still got the lead. So, but look, lots of good things to talk about.
Yes, and guys, I don't care what happens for this final 12 minutes and 12 minutes and 54 seconds. I don't care what happens. We talked about Hillcrest acting like they belong.
No, we belong.
I think there's no question Hillcrest belongs on this field with Hoover right now.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. And I think that's the thing. You want to not only belong, you want to show you can start winning these games. There's a big difference too, guys.
Here's the Tiger Rock kickoff. Toe to leather. It'll be fielded at about the 10.
It's Gunner
and here
Webb.
comes Gunner Webb, bringing it back to about the 25-yard line where he'll be taken down there.
Gunner Webb, on wide out, I've seen him on the field on offense. Obviously, he's had a very good game punting, and did a good job right there, catching that kickoff clean, getting upfield quickly. Obviously not giving us great field position, but no miscues. 1st and 10, Pats, 46 seconds left in this third quarter.
Would be nice to see another drive just like the last one from the Pats.
I loved that drive.
I'd rather it end in 7.
I was just getting ready to say, I'd rather it end into the end zone.
Eat some of that clock. Utilize that running game. DeJuan Johnson, he goes by DJ sometimes, in the backfield, and he'll take the toss around right in. He pulls his way forward for about 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7 from the 30.
And we do not have to snap.
Why did they stop the clock?
Why did they reset the play clock?
Why did they stop the clock?
I don't know. Oh, a helmet came off. That was convenient.
Oh, man.
And now we have to snap it again. That's terrible.
Dang.
I mean,
They should push the clock back up.
I agree. I mean, we had that. We had to play what we wanted. We have been able to run it down, and now Hoover gets another play in this half, in this quarter.
Dang it.
Chambly in shotgun. The sprint option is fumbled out of bounds.
Incomplete pass.
Was that I think it was a backwards. I don't know.
I thought
they're taking it back.
What's he going to say? He's going to say it was not. It's a fumble.
Yeah.
The other problem with that is it stops the clock.
So it's 3rd and 9 now for the Pats. From their own 27-yard line. They need to reach their 37 to keep this drive going. 15 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Jacoby Harris unable to handle the pitch out to the right on that one. It goes out of bounds, causing a loss of about 4 yards. Here's Jordan Chambly in shotgun. Back to pass. Looking downfield and caught by Caleb Smith. He evades a couple of tacklers. He's across midfield into Hoover territory. Stephen Fikes All-State first down on the great pitch and catch from Jordan Chambly to Caden Smith.
That was huge.
Did Hoover look like they didn't get off the ball or something? Did they think it was a play clock violation?
They went Jacoby Harris to the flats is what they saw. Let's take a break. It's going into the fourth quarter, boys.
That's the end of the fourth. Hillcrest up 25-23 with the ball in Hoover territory. Back after this on the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network.
When the Patriot Nation gets hungry for Chinese food, there is no doubt about where to go. Lee Palace in Inglewood Village. Lee Palace has been in the same location for 20 years and loves the Hillcrest community. You just can't beat their incomparably delicious Chinese cuisine in a family-owned, friendly environment that is second to none. The folks at Lee Palace love what they do and are very passionate about providing you with the best in town. Lee Palace says, go Pats!
And we're back at the Hoover Met. 1 quarter left to play. The Pats up 25-23. 12 minutes remaining. And guys, with the ball in Hoover territory at the 49, first down, just got to keep it going.
They're having a kick contest for Chick-fil-A, and they had a young man and a young woman out there kicking from 25. I don't think combined they'd have gotten it to the goalpost. So, we'll cheer for y'all.
Fourth quarter.
This is exciting,
25.
Guys. This is exciting,
man.
This is awesome. Let's do this.
Yep.
Ball at midfield. Now we're going left to right. on your radio dial.
I mean, look at this place, guys. Well, guys, one of the keys to the game was just stay in the game, right?
Yeah.
We're more than in it, guys.
We got the lead heading into the final quarter.
With the ball, first down.
With the ball.
49-yard line.
Yeah, we're not in their territory. Well, yeah, we are in their territory. We flip field. Yeah, so we're at their 49-yard line. Whew. Forgot about that flip. All right, here we go. Here we go, Pats. Let's do this. Chambly in the gun. Javion Lowe to his left. Jacoby Harris comes in motion. Chambly bobbles it, but is able to pick it up and actually pick up positive yardage down to the 46-yard line. He bobbled the snap, but was able to scoop it and get a 4-yard gain almost.
Well, pretty good by Chambly.
You think it was designed to go there, Brad?
Heck no.
I don't know, man. I'm telling you, like that. We had the wide receiver out there blocking a complete, complete misdirection. I don't know.
Well, if it wasn't for the bobble, I mean, it's like the world may never know. How many licks does it take? Not sure.
No matter what, after that ball's on the ground, a 3-yard gain is certainly something the Patriots will take.
So on 2nd and 6 from the 46, Jordan Chambly looking to the sidelines under center for this one. He'll take the snap, the pitch out to Jacoby Harris. Jacoby looks for some room around the outside. He crosses the 45.
Yeah, I like it.
He's down to the 44-yard line. Still well short of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and about 5.
I like that play. You know, it's positive yardage. It's running the ball, which is what you feel comfortable doing. Interesting thing, and something that Hillcrest doesn't do a ton of, but they ran to the field. But I like it. Keeps Hoover off balance. I realized it was only about a 2 or 3 yard gain, but it's a positive, and we're in 3rd and medium, which is fine.
Chambly under center on this big 3rd down and 5 from the Bucks 45-yard line. Play action. Jordan back to pass, and it's caught on the right side by Caden Smith. He breaks off a tackle, moves it down to the 25-yard line. Stephen Fikes, All-State, 1st down for the Pats.
And you know Hoover's keying on him. You know they are.
I mean,
and
was
he
that
is
just,
I don't know if it's a missed coverage or what, but he was wide open.
I don't know why they didn't press him just a tad. They had safety help over top.
But he ran right to the line, Brad.
I know,
was able to pick up another half dozen 10 yards.
I love it.
1st down and 10 for the Pats from the Hoover Bucks 26-yard line. Chambly under center, takes the snap, the pitch out to DeJuan Johnson.
Go ahead, DeJuan.
DeJuan moves it forward, a good 5 yards to the 21. It'll be 2nd and 5.
He did a good job right there. He had the option of going outside, where I think he only picks up a yard or two. Did a great job cutting it back inside, kept the clock running, picked up 5 or 6 yards on 1st down.
9:40 to go in the game, guys. 9:40. Clock running, obviously. 2nd and 5, 25-23. Hillcrest leads Hoover.
Chambly under center. The snap, the handoff up the middle to Jacoby Harris. He's in the end zone.
Jacoby.
Touchdown, Patriots.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
They extend the lead.
Come on.
31-23.
Let's go. Big extra point.
Remaining.
Big extra point to make it a 2-possession game right here, guys.
In the 4th quarter.
Big extra point though, guys.
All right, Dr. Brandy
2.
Patterson of
Here we go.
Brookwood Medical Center extra point attempt.
He can't advance it. He can't advance it. That's okay. We got to catch that. Dang.
Now that's important though, because that keeps the game at 8 points. I'm with you, Brian. You're wondering why the extra point attempt was not made, because it would have made it a 2-score game.
Yeah, but Jamie Mitchell's forgotten more about football than I have ever known. 29 years being a head coach, I wouldn't have done it that way, but it doesn't mean it was the wrong call. Coach Mitchell knows what he's doing right there. He saw something. To be quite honest, the ball could have been caught right there. It would have been a nice catch, but nonetheless, that does not minimize what a great job that was.
Wow,
good job by Jacoby right there. Puts points on the board. Listen, guys, we're up 8 points in the Met, kicking to them. If you had told me this 3 hours ago, I'd have slopped you. So,
no doubt about that.
Let's make the change on the scoreboard here, Coach.
Sorry, I get a little involved in these games if you haven't noticed.
Yeah.
All right, the Tiger Rock kickoff coming from the foot of Elijah Miller. Elijah approaches, kicks it away. It's high. It's received at the 6-yard line. Spinning away from tacklers and finally brought down at the 35 is the return man for the Bucks. They will start right there, 1st and 10.
Good kick coverage there. He obviously, well, it was decent kick coverage. They got through the first line of defense, which is not what you want, but Hillcrest did a pretty good job recovering. I saw.
My heart sank.
Brian had.
When he crossed that, I had to sit back down.
Brian,
oh my
we
God.
almost needed a defibrillator up here.
Oh, I was just thinking, where's the AED?
Yeah. I'm not sure what Hoover's emergency action plan is, but I do not see a defibrillator anywhere near. 9:08 to play, boys. Hillcrest 31, Hoover 23. Fourth quarter, of course.
Caleb Freeman takes it, swings it out here to the left side to Jonah Winston. Jonah reverses field and is able to pick up a first down, 12 yards. But there is a flag on the play. Great athletic play by Jonah Winston as it looked like he was hemmed in.
Yeah, I think it was the quarterback, Brett, that actually got the penalty on it. It was Caleb Freeman trying to get the block on the backside, and he is the one the block on the back was on, number 7.
Right. Very athletic play there by Jonah Winston, but if your teammates don't help you out, it doesn't matter.
I'm going to guess Caleb Freeman has not been asked to block on the backside on too many plays.
It'll back it up to the 25-yard line. So that'll make it 1st down and 25 for the Bucks. I'm sorry, 1st and 20.
Huge play, too. I thought Hillcrest defended it well, just got a tackle there. Of course, benefited from the penalty. See if we can't take advantage, fellas.
Freeman back to pass, being pressured.
Yes.
Little screen across the middle is
screen.
Dropped.
Yep. Little middle screen, which is, I thought, a pretty good play. Also, that's the 3rd time that I can remember that they've run a middle screen and pretty good call at the time, but the other 2 times really successful by Hoover. That time a drop brings up a precarious 3rd and 20. Second and 20.
So sorry, 8:53 on the clock. Had a couple people asking, listening. 8:53 left in this final quarter.
Caleb Freeman calling the signals, taking the snap, dropping back, looking downfield across the middle. And it's picked up by Miles Madden at the 32. He's at the 25, the 20, out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Miles Madden with a huge interception for the Pats, putting the Patriots in business inside the Centel Home Design red zone. 8:45 remaining here.
That was a heck of a kick. He hummed it. He was only 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage, went up, got it, was able to pick up another 12 yards.
Hey, Miles was the one who said, "Don't bite the cheese."
There you go.
If that football was cheese, he bit it and took a big chunk out of it and took it down to the 15-yard line.
Now, don't toy around. The run game has been pretty dominant in this second
100%.
half. I think take it right out.
Absolutely, at the very least, let that clock tick, tick, tick.
Yep.
Chambly under center. The Pats with a big opportunity here. Here's the toss sweep to DeJuan Johnson. Not a whole lot there for DeJuan as he was stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a couple.
Why's the clock stop?
Because a player from Hoover had their helmet taken off.
You mean the second time that happened and they get a benefit from the clock again? Why's the play clock running then?
They'll reset that. That should be.
I mean, they didn't. No, they let it go to 40 seconds.
No, there it goes. There it goes. He's resetting.
Okay. Hey, new play clock. New play clock.
Wait.
They got it. They did it,
Okay.
Brian. They did.
Yeah, no, I want to make sure Coach Guy knows.
Oh. I don't think he's listening to you.
Well,
right?
I can bang on that window real hard if I need to.
Wait.
No. He's waiting. No.
Okay, now I'm okay. I'm okay. Under 20. Just take your time.
Patriots taking their time on this one, using as much clock as possible. We're approaching 8 minutes left in this game. Chambly under center. Man comes in motion. Chambly on a busted play will have to keep it, and he will be tackled right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 11 for the Pats.
Everybody just needs, I feel like we may need to settle down. Everybody just relax, which is easy for them to say, not for us. But 7:45 and ticking, play clock and game clock running. Hillcrest, of course, leads 31-23 with the ball, 3rd and 11 from the Hoover 18-yard line.
Chambly starts out in the shotgun but moves up under center. One man wide to the right, that's Caden Smith. He takes the snap and the handoff and the trip in the backfield. A loss on the play as Javion Lowe lost his footing. That'll make it 4th down and about 13, and the field goal unit will come on once again.
Okay, they could have, that's okay. We're right in the middle of the field, clock running.
36-yard attempt.
Yeah, under 7 minutes, 37-yard attempt right here for Elijah.
Here's the snap, the placement, kick is up, the kick is away, the kick is through the uprights and good. 34-23. Hillcrest extends the lead.
Yes, it's good. All right, that extends it to 2 scores, which is huge. 34-23, 6:44 to play. Remember, guys, earlier you mentioned, would it be a big deal that Hoover had to take the timeout earlier? Now, it's not a big deal yet, but
you're right.
It could be.
It could
With
be.
6:40, they're certainly not putting any more time on the clock. So, this is a developing situation, that's for sure.
Once again, I know I keep saying it. We haven't done anything yet. I know we're up 2 possessions right now. We're kicking off, but Hoover has an explosive offense. Once we get back on defense, we still need to do our job, play contain like Coach Armstrong's been saying, keep everything in front of us.
See, I disagree with you. To say we haven't done anything yet, we've done a heck of a lot yet, but we just have to keep it up.
Ooh, let's see.
All right, Tiger Rock kickoff. There's been a lot of those tonight.
Yep.
Elijah Miller coming off the big field goal make. Kicks a high kick, and it bounces. It's received on the bounce. A spin move and a tackle at the 34-yard line, and that's where the Bucks will start this possession.
It goes back to what you said a second ago, Brad, or maybe it was you, Brent, mixing up the kickoffs right there, not letting Hoover get comfortable on that kick return team.
Yep.
Because you saw indecision there again. Heat timeout in the 4th quarter. Woo!
Let's stay here.
Okay.
We're good on breaks. Let's stay here.
All right, real quick, 6:38 to play in the game. Hillcrest leads 34-23. Both teams have 2 Tidwell paint body timeouts remaining. Obviously, the explosiveness of the Hoover offense is apparent. Now, with 6:38 to play, they need to strike relatively quickly here and then get a stop. So,
you know, do you think they open it up a little bit here? You know, it's kind of been everything in front of us, not scared to run the ball. I wonder if they start to feel a little of the pressure. Like you said, Brent, maybe we have done something and Hoover starts to know it. Down 2 possessions, 6.5 left in the ball game.
Hey, Hoover, we're going to see what you're made of right now.
Oh, Lord.
Of course, you can say the same thing for the Pats.
Yep. This has been a read and react defense for Hillcrest, keeping everything in front of them. Got to keep it up, guys, and make them eat clock.
Watch out for number 4 right here, guys. He's their playmaker.
You're right.
And they know it. Here's the snap. Freeman back to pass. Freeman throws it across the middle, incomplete. Unable to bring it in is Jeremiah Tabb.
A little bit of a short arm right there. I'm certainly not saying he's feeling any pressure. I don't want to put that sort of bad mojo on us, but a little bit of a short arm there. I thought he had him right there on that little short cross.
Play only took 4 seconds. More importantly, it's 2nd down.
2nd down and 10 to be precise. Here's the handoff, and wow! Coming in to make the tackle.
Jamichael Watson from his outside linebacker.
All over that one on Malik Boggin, the running back.
Loss of 2 on the play is what they call it. I thought he was.
2?
Man.
Well, he initially hit him 2 yards deep and then drove him back another 3 or 4.
Big play here, fellas. Big
progress.
Play. Keep it in front of you. Obviously, Hoover needs a first down. Clock is ticking.
3rd and 12 for the Bucks. Caleb Freeman calling the signals, dropping back to pass, being pressured. The screen across the middle is complete up to the 40. Spin move and brought down.
Oh, that's ours. That's ours.
Do the pass
he
down.
He's got it.
Couple more clock updates at 5:49 as Hoover picks up that 2nd and 12 right there. First down right on the 50 for Hoover. 5:49, the clock will start running right now.
The screen plays by Hoover tell me that they're obviously not able to block us up front, but they're doing a good job with the timing of the screen plays.
We've got a different quarterback in the game, guys. Here's a handoff to Weatherly. Pickup of about 4 to the 46, and it'll be 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, it looked like Rakavion Goldsmith, a sophomore right there, came in for a play. Not quite sure. I see number 7, Caleb Freeman, trotting back on the field, though, Brent.
Clock is ticking. 5:25 to play in the game. Plenty of time.
Caleb Freeman back in, as you said, takes the snap, drops back to pass, looks across the middle, being pressured. He spins out of it momentarily. There's a block in the back that was missed.
He's out of bounds.
Completed pass.
He was out of bounds. He came back from out of bounds.
Down at about the 25. Jonah Winston still on his feet, down to the 10-yard line.
Where's the replay?
Right here. Now you can't tell from there.
Dang it.
Big play by Hoover right there. First and goal from right on the 10-yard line as the clock will tick under 5 minutes right now.
Caleb Freeman calling for it, takes it, hands it off over the right side. Patriots there. Jeremiah Beverly takes the running back down. With the carry is DJ Whalen.
And anytime they're tackled in bounds without a first down, that's a solid 15 to 20 seconds that's going to tick off the clock.
4:35 to play in the game.
With the clock running, Brad.
Still 34-23. Hillcrest leads Hoover.
2nd and goal from the 9.
The snap to Freeman, the handoff to Boggin. Boggin is met and brought down by Miles Madden at about the 8-yard line. So it will be 3rd down and goal from the 8.
He's POG, boys.
Good job right now. Hoover getting the play, substituting right now. By the next snap, we'll be under 4 minutes, 4:03, 4:02. 20 seconds on the play clock as Hoover just now gets to the line.
This is a huge play right here. 3rd and goal from the 8, under 4 minutes. The Bucks need a touchdown, not a field goal. The snap. Oh, look at Zay Hall coming in, knocking down the pass from Caleb Freeman.
They
got to kick.
They got to kick.
Got to make it a one-possession game.
This will be really interesting.
Yep. They're bringing it in. They're bringing him in. That you got to.
I was going to say,
you got to give yourself a chance.
Yeah, if you don't kick a field goal there and then you give us the ball game,
correct.
He's fired.
Right, 34-23. They make the field goal, it's 34-26. Like you said, makes it a one-possession game.
I mean, if you Butch Jones it there, it's over.
Butch Jones it. All right, so it will be a 24-yard field goal for the Bucks. The snap, the placement, the kick is up. And the kick is good. It is through.
It looked like it was this side.
Yeah.
I was like, wishful thinking.
You got our listeners all excited for
it was
nothing.
right down the middle.
I thought you missed it.
We're okay. Yep.
Reset. 3:43 remaining in this ball game. Hillcrest up 34-26, an 8-point margin. The offense needs to bring it right now.
And you know, Brett, a score obviously would be nice. You know, I'd pay a lot of money to have a touchdown right here on the kickoff. But if we can just get a couple first downs, there's 3 minutes and 43 seconds left. Hoover has 2 timeouts. A couple first down, make the Bucks start to use those last 2 timeouts. Then we start to see Hillcrest be able to really, really use clock.
I also think Hillcrest has got to be wise and watch for the onside kick.
No doubt, Brad. No doubt. And you see, as you said that, well, I think we see the hands team coming in a little bit.
Well, they better move up a 5-yard mark.
They
move up, move up.
Yeah, here we go. They got it. They got it.
Says, come on, guys, let's get up to the 50. Huge play right here. 3:43 remaining. The Pats up 34-26.
Timeout, Hillcrest.
I love it.
Yep.
I think that's a fantastic call.
I have certainly seen situations where you're thinking an onside kick and people don't take timeouts and then it burns them.
You're up by a score. You're getting the ball. You got 2 timeouts, 3:43 left. I think that's a great use of a timeout. If there's even a 5% indecision, whether it be the players or the coaching staff, go ahead and use it with the position, the situation we're in.
Yeah, great teaching moment right here. The players on the kickoff return team have to be aware of all the possibilities of what can happen right here. And a good time to make that timeout and make sure they know what they're doing and they don't get caught off guard.
And this is something we work on special teams on a daily basis, guys. So this is not something that's foreign to us. We have practiced this. Probably some days where the players get sick of practicing it, but this is something that the players have rehearsed over and over and over again. So you know they know what to do, but sometimes kids in a big moment could use an extra, 60, 90 seconds to just be reminded, here's the game plan.
You forgot the score again.
Well, I forgot what.
You forgot the score
again.
again.
You were changing.
Just a quick reset for the kick.
No, you're good.
3:43, guys. 3 minutes, 43 seconds to play. Hillcrest leads 34-26. Brian got his one score game that he's been asking for.
I hope it's not a one-score game. I hope we end up winning by more than a score, Brad, and we can keep our 3-year streak.
It's certainly been exciting.
All right, here we go. Tiger Rock kickoff, the most important one of the night.
Season.
Kicker approaches and kicks it away.
Let it go, let it go, let it go.
And it is fumbled and bobbled into the end zone.
Go down.
So it will be a touchback for the Pats, and they'll start at the 20.
In my head, I know that's a touchback. But in the moment, I start freaking out. Like, oh no.
Yeah. All right, so 3:39 remaining in this ballgame. The Pats up 8 with the ball on their own 20-yard line. Now would be a great time for the offensive line to really come to life, open up some holes, drive that ball down the field.
Nice little 3 yards in a cloud of dust down the field, Brent.
Would love it.
If you're Coach England, when do you start using the timeouts, guys? Right now?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Not yet.
That's not me.
Got a chance for a 3 and out.
I think you try to get a 3 and out first.
All right, Jordan Chambly under center. The snap, the handoff to Jacoby Harris.
Hold the ball.
He crosses the 30 down to the 34-yard line. A pickup of 14. Stephen Fikes All-State first down. The chains move.
Okay, the clock is going to start now, and it's
already
started. So we're at 3:30 after the first down. Still, Hoover has not taken a timeout, and I don't think they will just because it was a first down.
With that being said, Brad, after this snap, it's going to be under the 3-minute mark. We're at 3:15 and counting. 17 seconds left on the play clock as it ticks down as well.
All right, Jordan under center once again, very tight formation. The snap, the handoff to Javion Lowe over right guard this time. He holds on to it, picks up a couple of yards down to the 35. It'll be 2nd down and 8 as the clock is under 3 minutes now, 2:50 and counting.
No timeout yet by Hoover. They still have 2 Tidwell paint and body timeouts remaining. We're now around the 2:40 mark.
I would expect if we are tackled in bounds right here and it's not a first down, I would expect Coach England to use his second of the half, guys. 2:30 left, play clock at 15 seconds.
Chambly under center. Dig in deep, O-line. Here's the pitch to Jacoby Harris. Jacoby runs it in, keeps it in bounds after a pickup of about 4.
Yeah, as expected, Coach England uses his second timeout. 2:13 left in the game, guys.
3rd down and about 6 for the Pats.
Hoover does have the one more timeout. Of course, if you're Hillcrest, here's the dilemma. Do you run the ball and force them to use their next timeout, and final timeout for that matter, or do you play action here?
I don't know, man.
And win the game.
This is the place. This is why Jamie Mitchell was hired 5 years ago, right? He's been through this situation.
That's a great question. And if you think about it tonight, guys, we've seen the team, especially here in the second half, run the ball, eat up the clock. But then when they needed the big plays, Jordan Chambly, 0 hesitation. He slings it He fires it into that receiver. They pick up the big yardage for the first down.
It seems like oftentimes it's gone to our big D1 Vandy commit, Caden Smith, number 3.
He has had a huge game here tonight.
He has a way kind of finding himself open or getting open in the biggest moments, though.
As a matter of fact, in looking at the stats, Caden Smith has 8 catches for 182 yards tonight.
Here we go.
Here's the snap. The handoff to Jacoby Harris over left guard. He breaks the tackle.
Hold the ball.
He's into midfield, spinning for more yards, down to the 42-yard line. That's effort right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
That is grit and effort right there. Jacoby Harris would not be denied of that first down. We're down to 2 minutes left in this ball game. Hillcrest up 34-26. Hoover with only 1 timeout left. Hillcrest with the ball at the Hoover 43-yard line.
Clock still ticking. Play clock at 17 seconds. A minute 47 left in the game. Hillcrest is in no hurry.
Nor should they be.
No, and guys. Oh, Lord.
Hold on to the ball. Hold on to the ball. The snap, the handoff to the keeper.
Jacoby, hold the ball. I mean,
the keeper by Jordan Chambly. He's fighting for yardage.
Fall down.
Nice,
and
Chambly.
He will pick up about 7 down to the 36-yard line.
Okay, 40 plus 40 is 80. That's a minute 20. That would take us down to 5 seconds left in the game.
But you also are assuming that the play doesn't take any time. The play happens.
Don't you think we can take a knee here and it be done?
The only problem is on a knee, the play ends really quickly.
True.
One more play.
And so you need a play to last about 5 seconds.
But 2 plays to last 5 combined seconds.
After one play lasts 5 seconds, you got it covered.
The most important thing right now, obviously,
hold
on to the ball. Hold on to the ball. Obviously, we're having fun up here in the booth. We just need to cap this thing off. 1:25 remaining in this one. Pats with the ball. Second down and 4.
Yeah, we're in victory formation, guys.
36-yard line. Victory formation it is. Maybe he'll just take a couple of steps back and kneel.
Well, you still get a fourth down. You still get a fourth down,
That's what
guys.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, we use an extra 2 seconds. If we snapped it right now, I believe it would be with... Oh, Lord. Get those flags out here, boys. You better let us on that field.
Are you celebrating too early, though?
I don't know, Brad. I don't know. I've not been this fired up since the Saraland game at home.
It's going to be a fun ride home, guys.
Oh, my gosh. Wait. Whoa, don't snap yet. Don't snap.
Wait.
Hey, 50 seconds left. 7 left. Take the delay.
Yeah, it's going to be a delay of game. We're down to 43 seconds left in this game. Hoover cannot stop the clock.
Here's what you do. Take it, run backwards. Come down.
You tell him, run to that Hoover H, and you dive on the ball like it's a grenade.
Woo! Man, this is amazing, guys. Unbelievable. What did we say at the beginning of the game? We said, act like you belong. Guess what? Hoover? We belong!
Oh, my gosh.
One more snap, guys. We still got to get it clean.
Well,
I know. I mean, I can't help but still be on that. I can't help it.
You got to possess the ball. And then
the band plays on.
Idea. Get on the H, fall down, whatever.
The Titanic is sinking, but the band plays on.
Let's hope we make it for the lifeboats to come and get us, right?
Shoot. Yeah, but Hillcrest is the iceberg.
Yeah. That's a good call, Pete.
All right, so here's Jordan.
Everybody be set.
And the offense in victory formation. Jordan takes the snap, runs backwards.
Fall down!
And he falls down.
Good.
That's it.
At the 48-yard line.
That's it.
Hoover cannot stop the clock. 30 seconds remaining.
Yes!
And the Pats will leave the Hoover Met with a 34-26 victory over the Hoover Bucks. Woo! Woo-hoo! And you see the celebration up here in the booth. Yes, sir, you see Coach Walker coming out. There's a celebration here in the Hoover Met as the handshake happens at midfield. 2-1. It is official. Write it in the books. 34-26. Pats over Bucks. Woo! All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. We are going to take a quick break here. Try to gather ourselves. No, that's all right.
I'm out of breath.
That's all right. You need to be.
Man, I know I'm prone to hyperbole. I think this is the biggest win in regular season Hillcrest history.
The biggest win in Hillcrest regular season history.
Any sport in the year since we started in 1981.
I think about the sign and how many times has Hillcrest lost to Hoover? 6, 7?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Well, you know what? I don't see a welcome to 7A sign anymore either.
It's going.
Where'd it go?
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break, try to gather ourselves, and then continue on with our post-game show. Sound good?
Yeah, dude, I don't care, man. We can do it. I'll jump from here now. I'll die happy.
All right, we'll be back after this. This is the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network.
Hey, Patriot Nation, come on down to the Frame Shack. Frame Shack can make your art, photos, and keepsakes come alive and become a focal point in your home, office, or place of business. For over 35 years, Frame Shack has been custom making frames for art, mirrors, photos, and shadow boxes. They offer a fine line of molding, mats, artwork, and ready-made frames. Frame Shack is family owned and always guaranteed to frame with a personal touch.
Go, Pats!
Okay, we are back. Your final once again, Hillcrest 34 and Hoover 26, and we lost our crew, didn't we?
I don't care.
We don't need the crew.
You lost me. I don't care.
We almost packed
I don't
up
care.
shop.
I'll die happy.
Man.
Hey, we still have work to do, though, guys.
Nah, man. We can do whatever.
I tell you what, the work is I'm going to carry my truck to the
Man, let me
house.
tell you something, baby. I may just fly home, like with my arms.
Okay. All right. Let's go through the motions here, though, and I think the first thing that we need to do
sing that fight song.
is we need to look at the Mission Express Car Wash stat line.
Man, well, I'll
because
tell you what, before you get to that, Chase, mission accomplished, baby. Mission accomplished. Let's go.
Oh, man.
Yeah, take that picture, baby. Let's go.
I cannot believe it.
Darius, get it. Hey.
get a shot out there, yeah. The Hillcrest team taking the picture with a big victory.
Come on, Jonah.
Yes,
Come
sir.
on, baby.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go. Come on.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, I will say, it certainly changes things.
Man, Brad, I know
Do we
you're the same
belong?
way.
Do we belong?
Man, does Hoover belong? Man, we outclassed them.
there
So dang
you
right
go.
we
There
belong,
you
bro.
go.
I will say, in retrospect, obviously we're in the moment. We're really high as a
I
kite,
don't
right?
care.
But
I
I'm
love
telling you, we outplayed those jokers.
Not from start to
We
finish.
outplayed
And you
them.
know what? We kicked them in the teeth to begin with.
And
They
they
got
never-
tight.
yes.
And then we could have folded in the
Yep.
second half, and we did exactly what we needed to.
We withstood the push after they gained momentum, and I thought the really big deal was that we maintained the lead until the half.
Absolutely.
So we were able to regain composure. And the interesting thing is, at the half, Coach P and I talked about it, and he asked, how many points do you think it's going to take?
You said 35.
I said 35.
You're right. You're right.
Well, I was
27
close.
would have been
Close.
right.
It only
Hey,
needed
if they had made
34.
that extra point, it would have been 35.
Well, and it sure would have. And obviously, I'd love to go back and be like, I'd love to have that extra
You know what?
point.
I wouldn't change a gosh darn thing because whatever happened, and you just said momentum. That first drive of Hoover in the second half, I believe it was a 3 and out. That kind of established it right there. What's Mr. Hinton doing?
Well, no, our cheerleaders just got run off the H by their athletic director, which is good. I appreciate him defending his turf.
Yeah, I guess
but
so,
I
man.
do like the fact that our kids are able to cheer. And something to cheer about. Obviously, what a game. And you know what?
Little old Hillcrest.
Oh, I know it.
Little old smallest team in 7A
Yep.
comes
Welcome
into the
to
Hoover
7A.
Met on homecoming night.
Homecoming.
You know what?
Well,
We're 1-7 now.
Yep.
That's right.
All right.
The first victory in history over Hoover.
I love it. I love it. And in football, that is.
In football, thank you.
Okay, yes, of course.
Tell me a little bit about, let's start moving it. I have a few candidates for players of the game. I don't want to get out of turn. I'm just really excited and I'm ready to get out of there. So
there's definitely some great candidates. And as you listen to the Mission Express stat line, you can hear more about who deserves to be our players of the game.
Yeah.
Because we've got some pretty impressive numbers here tonight, guys. Jordan Shamley, 20 of 28. He hardly threw an incompletion in the second half.
I thought he was fantastic.
225 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Well, he also managed the game well. He had good ball security. I just thought he handled the moment really well, delivered a lot of strikes, and a lot of those incompletions were drop balls.
Exactly.
I'm certainly not discrediting any of the receivers.
You're right.
But a lot of those incompletions were certainly thrown where they should have been to be completions.
Yep. Listen to these other numbers here from other guys. Jacoby Harris, 13 carries for 120 yards. Javion Lowe, 6 carries for 67. Jordan had 6 for 26. DeJuan Johnson contributed 3 carries for 16 yards. Now listen to these numbers from Caden Smith. No touchdowns on the night, but 8 catches out of 11 targets toward him for 182 yards.
Wow.
That's 22.8 yards per catch for Caden Smith.
He's impressive.
Jacoby had 17 yards through the air receiving, 5 catches. DeJuan Johnson, 2 catches for 13. I mean, what a game. What a game.
Well, I mean, guys, were there any negatives? No.
Nope.
No negatives.
No turnovers, right?
Well, that's the thing. You know, the other thing I wanted to mention, how many penalties do we average? I don't know the answer, but it feels like a lot.
How many did we have in the second half?
Not very many. And especially those offsides that felt like it shot us in the foot early in the game.
Is that the only thing that kept Hoover in? I think it is,
agree.
Brad. Where honestly, if we don't do that, if we don't have the couple kind of false starts on defense,
27 to
even if they convert one of those, it's not even a ball game in the second half.
The most impressive thing to me tonight probably was the fact that Hillcrest did not fold under the pressure. After getting out to the big 22-0 lead in the first 6.5 minutes of the game, Hoover came storming back. You knew they would. They cut it to a touchdown at halftime, 22-16, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
And then in the second half, Hoover had the ball to start out with. What did the defense do? A 3-and-out to start the second half. Then what did the offense do when they got the ball right back?
They
took it downfield, scored a field goal. They did not crack under the pressure, and the depth of Hoover did not get to them. They sucked it up and lasted that entire game.
I thought, and to be honest, I almost could say I'm not sure Hoover out-depthed us. I mean, how many times did you see second-string wide receivers come in the game?
I thought the same thing.
And, you know, they only had about 3 playmakers. And the other thing is the tone was set with the 3-and-out to begin the second half.
And I don't think we've said it, although we all know this is true. We flat out coached Hoover from start to finish right now.
Agreed.
Whether it be Coach Mitchell, Coach Guy, they had a game plan from Coach Patterson. Absolutely, Coach Patterson. But getting out there, they knew what was going on, and they were able to take it to Hoover. It is 22-0 before the student section was there.
Yeah.
Now, Brent, I will say the most impressive part of the night was that up till now, I don't think I've cursed on air in celebration. So that's also a very impressive.
No, we edited it out.
Okay, good.
We edited it out.
It's just because the sound's not working. Okay,
that's
good.
Right.
Okay, guys. So there's a stat line. Do y'all even want to do any scores? Do we need to do that?
No. One score, 34-28.
That's right. 34-26.
34-26.
Sure.
That's the only one that matters.
Yeah. All right, special teams player of the game.
All right, hold on.
Okay, my bad.
All right, go ahead. You
I
got
know
your.
who it is.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. You got it. Go.
I mean, the special teams player of the game, it's easy. It's Elijah.
No doubt.
The field
Elijah,
goal makes.
absolutely. Great job.
I mean,
barely missed the 45-yarder. And that one he hit, that 37-yarder was clutch.
Yes.
And that son of a gun split the upright. Couldn't agree more. You think about it, that kid's never played a high school game before Florence. He's at the Hoover Met for homecoming, kicking for the dub, and he got it.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right, so Elijah Miller, the special teams. I think it's pretty obvious who the defensive player of the game is, too. Guys, defensive stats were taken. I don't know if they're completely accurate, but Miles Madden had 8 tackles.
24.
It's Miles, obviously.
8 tackles and the interception there in the fourth quarter.
I agree. I do want to give props to Zay Hall and A.J. Love, though, whose name we called a lot.
Jeremiah Beverly.
And came out after not a great showing in the first half, making up for himself. But I agree, Miles played.
And Jaden Scott was kind of an unsung hero.
I love that kid.
We didn't call his name out a lot, but what a great gap stopper he was. And so he kind of ate up blocks and allowed other people to do their job.
I'm sorry,
so
he
all
shed,
those guys,
he shed 30 pounds in the offseason, got in great physical shape to be able to play in games like this.
Well, and also to talk a lot of trash.
Well, Jaden can talk.
You know what's going to be hard? What's going to be hard is the player of the offensive player of the game.
It is.
So many candidates.
Yes.
You could go with the running game with Jacoby Harris and eating up the clock in the second half. You could go with Jordan Shambly on target all night long except for drops. And Caden Smith, the huge plays and close to 200 yards receiving.
Well, and I hate to not give it to Shambly because he's the deliverer of the ball. He's the mailman.
Yep.
But the catches that were so imperative and made the big first downs were made by the future Commodore.
And it opened up the run game in the second half. When they had to sit there and maybe put an extra backer or an extra safety over there. Brent, you got somebody much better looking than us coming up here. Coming up here. Let's go.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, we all agree it's Caden, though?
Yes.
Caden.
Okay, cool.
We'll go with Caden. Yeah.
Boy, you're going to have a fun time on the huddle on Tuesday, big dog.
Oh,
you know
man, that is going to be fun. Yeah. Let's just hope. Okay, we talked about this team getting a little bit too self-assured and confident and not playing hard. Boy, they're really going to have a hard time coming down from this one, heading to Vestavia next week.
You're right, but I don't know. I assume we got the 24-hour rule, and I'm going to celebrate appropriately.
Absolutely.
But you know what?
Without
You're right, though. Coach Mitchell, they'll have the staff in there Sunday at noon ready to go. And you're right, getting focused again. But golly,
and Vestavia is no slouch.
No doubt. Beating a team that only lost, heck, we beat them by more than IMG on this field 2 weeks ago. So if that doesn't get you ready to prepare against Vestavia, man, I don't know what will.
All right, guys, I'm worn out.
Man, I am too, but I'm a good worn out, fellas. Let's go.
Let's take it to the house.
I bet I have trouble going to sleep tonight.
Yeah, no kidding. We'll be reliving this one, texting till 2 a.m., right?
Man.
Okay, your final score once again, in case you haven't heard us say it 347 times. Hillcrest 34, Hoover 26. We're done. We'll see you next week from Vestavia, Alabama.
Go
Pats, and good night.